What is up, everybody? Yeah, this is not my normal setting. I'm not at the shop tonight because it is like a million degrees at the shop and I needed a day off. What's up, William? Don English, Tony's Hot Rod Garage. Who else we got in here? If anybody needs a link, I'll toss it up again. Just let me know. Does the sound okay to everybody? Perpetual Projects. Raker. NSB Customs. You need to jump in here tonight. Here, let me throw a link up. What's up, Jay? And there's the link for everybody. Anybody wants to jump in? Yeah, I had to take. I took 1 day off today because I have a 3-day weekend, or a 4-day weekend actually. So I'm going to be working the next 3 days on the car, getting some more videos out. What's up, Dutch? Hey, Dutch, how long until you're live with Chris? Because we may just do a couple hours and then I'll throw everybody over to Chris. What's up, Blake? Okay, yeah. I don't know how long your guys' live is going to be. But if you guys end early, jump back over here. If I end early, I'll tell everybody to head over there. We could work this out. 2 people doing a live at the same time. It happens all the time. No, don't hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs down. Unsubscribe. No. This is crap. This is just me bullshitting with my friends. Oh, let's see. Oh, I've got so much work to do. I started going after work, but I could only go for like an hour or so because I work night shift. And it's not worth just going to the shop for an hour. So I'm just going to bust ass on it this weekend. My buddy Macon, who was in my last video, he's coming back over Sunday. I think we're going to do some more body work. I want to try to get the other side of the car painted this weekend if I got enough paint left. And I was going to put the engine on a run stand, but I think I'm going to have to skip that step and just put it in the car and fire it up from there. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Oh, what?
Oh, man. That was quick. Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What's up, man?
Not much. This is the first time I'm meeting you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I know I've seen you on Wilburn's live, and I was like, Wilburn's live is a little too tame for these guys. Maybe we should have them on.
Oh man, that's an ominous beginning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Hope you don't mind dick jokes because it's gonna happen.
Oh, that's normal.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
That's pretty much why we have to spend so much time editing.
Yeah,
Well, he
there's
has
a
to
lot.
spend so much time editing.
I spend a lot of time editing just to take out all the horrible jokes.
Why just leave them?
Because YouTube doesn't want to pay you if you do nothing but talk about dick jokes.
Well, you know, if you don't have enough stuff to get paid, you don't have to worry about that crap. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
So, do you guys get any more done on the car that you can talk about?
Well, I went. Let's see. I went the past 2 nights. Oh, was that there last night? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think so.
It was last. Yeah, it would have been because
you messaged at like 3:00 in the morning or something.
Yeah, I got the starter in, and that doesn't sound like much, but on that car, it's a total nightmare to get that starter
around the
in.
headers and stuff. That's a major deal.
Yeah, I had to drop the header
clutch
down,
linkage.
and I had to drop the steering down, and then just kind of cram it between the headers. But
are you using the big starter, or are you using like a Dakota starter? Or...
No, it's a mini starter. It was donated to us, and I'm pretty sure it's off of a Dakota. But but aside from that, we got the brakes plumbed, so now we're ready to just bleed them, and they should work fine. Have you read the comments on that video?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god!
I didn't even
People
watch it
don't
yet.
know Willwood calipers.
What?
Because 90% of the comments were like, "Hey, Austin, the bleeder is upside down. You gotta swap the calipers around." And I'm sitting here like the first one I was like, oh, "Okay, well it's a Willwood calipers. It's got bleeders on both ends." Because you can put them on whatever side you want. And then by the 9th time I was typing that comment out, I was copy and pasting it. Because it's, I mean, I guess it's fair.
Who was that guy commented on that video? Like, you got, or the, I guess it was that video. No, you guys need to concentrate more on the car and blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
oh, yeah, we don't care.
That's
literally like, car. What's your YouTube channel? You know what I mean?
Well, it's not so much that as much as it's like, if we did nothing but work on the car all day, we would be so burned out and just not care anymore.
I would
like,
hate it.
Yeah, we would hate it. Like, it's supposed to be fun. Like I look forward to Sunday because we work on the car and we get to mess around at the garage. So I mean, that's like half the fun. And
you know, you're like me. You're not doing this is in a what's the word? Instructional channel.
No, because we're not those kind of people. We're not experienced enough. We are not nearly enough experienced to get, I would rather give no info than put bad info out there, because then who's at fault when somebody was like that doesn't know any better than who they're watching tries to do what they told them to do and then messes their car up or something. Like, don't. That's why I say anytime I give like technical info, fact check it, because what I've done works for me and it may not work for you.
Well, it's like you even see that on like bigger channels or people that are well more established. They'll say something, be like, this is this situation and this is the history here, and somebody that actually knows what it is knows that it's not.
Yeah, even if I watch somebody that's well established and like knows what they're talking about, I still go back and check, because maybe this situation's different than what they're showing, or like there's something like that. So I don't like to give technical info unless it's something like I know about, and especially something you can go and check yourself to make sure it's accurate.
Blake said there's a minimum. Here, I'll put it up. There's a minimum of 6 F-bombs during a starter installed with headers.
We have invented new swear words.
Starter out of the box.
We have invented new swear words while working on this car. I'm not kidding. But as far as like, because that video because when we put the fuel lines in, right? How am I going to get a good video out of just connecting fuel lines? Like, that's the whole thing. Is this, one, we don't have a lot of technical info to give, and two, if I just made the video about there being fuel lines, it would be a 4-minute video, because what am I going to say?
Yeah.
And so, like, but the thing is that that's literally how every day at the shop has been, and that's how the car has been completed. It's gotten to the state that it's in at that same exact pace, and we're almost done. And I don't know why people were like, you need to stop screwing around, you need to work on the car, you need to blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, then, dude, come work on it for me, please.
Yeah.
By all means, I'll pay you. Just, but that's what I had to say about that.
And then now the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, has anybody, because I've heard people talking, but a lot of people will say stuff to other people and not say it out loud. But has anybody given you guys shit about how fast your channel has grown?
Well, no, not that I see.
Oh, okay. Well, there are
not
people
not directly. Like I know people
Yeah.
were talking to John Wilburn about it, but not directly to us. And what I would say about that is that we were on Tony's for a year.
Yeah,
That's why we got so many
you
subs.
guys have put in you guys have put in more work than half of these people, because like you said, you were on Uncle Tony's for a year.
Yeah, and I mean, a
And
lot of that is
actually,
happenstance.
Austin, were on Uncle Tony's long before you were in the shop. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Swap meet where you walked up, and that's where you met him, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, you were there? Yeah, that was forever.
I've been watching Tony for a while, and I've got a weird memory. I remember shit.
Yeah, because that's the first time that I met Tony in person. But someone that we knew at the time had been working with Tony before, and and that's how I met up with Tony. But that was just meeting him in passing. The next time that I actually talked to him was when he had that meet and greet at the shop,
right?
Yeah. And that's pretty much where all that happened. He was just interested in my car, and I was thinking there might be one or two videos on it, and then it just ended up to what it is now. So,
right.
I mean, it's really just right place, right time, and I stuck with it. And then I brought you and Garrett in.
Well, it was Garrett first.
It was Garrett first, and then you.
Yeah.
So
I'd been on the channel for probably a month and a half
before you even watched a video.
Single video.
Yeah. So we did do a lot of work on Tony's garage, and that's why we got so many subs so fast. It's not because of our own merits or anything. It's because people already knew us.
Well, it's not like it's not like, well, I mean, I've heard people say, well, Kathy shouted them out on Facebook and they got 4,000 subs in 5 minutes. It's like, well, they probably have done enough work and been on enough videos that they would have had that amount,
Yeah. And I can tell you that the whole time,
just like Mopar Al, just like Al.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the whole time because it exploded so quickly, we only wanted the only reason that we even did a video was to get the subs to qualify for the no day. That's the only reason, because we had to eventually. And then once it started going past what it was, we're like, I remember I was telling you, I was like, dude, we don't. This is insane. There are people that deserve this much more than we do, and now we have it, and we don't know what we're doing, and we're still trying to figure it out.
I had a YouTube channel forever. Well, maybe not forever, almost a year, and I was at 200 subs, and I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I've been doing these lives for a long time. I like doing the lives. I had a good little live audience, a lot of people who are in here. I never worried about getting subs until this event, and then it was like, okay, I need to get to 500,
right?
And then that happened, and now I'm like, okay, I'll make the event. I'm not trying to make a job out of it.
Yeah, that's Tony's only job is the YouTube thing. It's I wish that I could do that as my only job.
I wish
it's
so much started doing this years ago, but
But we're, I mean, the whole thing is that our main focus is the car.
You got to look too. I mean, do you guys want to be able to not go to the grocery store and be recognized? And are you guys getting recognized now, or have you been getting recognized?
Yeah, we've been recognized a few times.
Oh, the only time I've been recognized is when we went to Cars and Coffee that one time.
Yeah, the guy, the Challenger.
There was a guy with a 73 or 74 Challenger.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I know you guys.
I went to O'Reilly's out in Lebanon, which is in the middle of nowhere. The warehouse out there.
Oh, geez.
Completely in an industrial district. There's nothing around. And I drove the Plymouth out there, and it was before we even did our own channel anything. This was almost 8 months ago or so. And there was this dude that was waiting on a part to come out of the warehouse, was walking his dog. And he was walking around, and he started walking towards me because I thought he was going to come check out the car. And he was like, I've seen this car on the internet before. And I was like, oh, you have? Talking about the Plymouth on Uncle Tony's. I was like, out here in the middle of literal absolute nowhere, someone recognized this car.
Well,
And that was the weirdest thing ever.
It's either watch YouTube or drink in a field. So
yeah. So
is it weird
watch
being
YouTube while drinking in a
recognized?
field.
Because I know the one time I was recognized, it was really weird. It kind of made me. I was at the Indy swap meet, and I was looking at something, and somebody walked up and they said, "Hey, why aren't you working on your duster?" And I was like, "Who the hell is that?"
Feel like because I have a life outside of it.
Luckily, I was there with Jed from Scott's Speed Shop.
Yeah.
And the guy was talking to me for a minute, and he was like, "Yeah, I was hoping to see Jed here." I'm like, "Well, there's his dad right over there." And the guy down, and I took off. I was like, "Yeah." I had to pass the guy off to Jed's dad.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm a people person, so I love meeting a lot of people, and it hasn't bothered me. I mean, we're not like super famous or anything. But out of the people that I have met that recognized me, it's fun. I mean, I don't mind meeting people at all. I know you don't, though. You don't care about meeting people.
No, I'm very comfortable just doing my own thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
so
you don't have a choice anymore.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm good with this because for the longest time it was dealing with people all day, every day at work.
Yeah.
And that drove me completely insane because they were all just mad.
But the thing is that's what I was about to say, is that like those people, they are always, they come see you because they have a problem and they need you to fix it.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was the person they called when something went wrong.
These good people that come up and talk to us appreciate the work you've done.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
It does make a big difference.
It makes a very big difference. It's like I used to work parts. I worked parts for years. I found every part that's under the hood of the jet. And working in parts, you never see anybody on a good day. Never, ever. Because they're there because their car's fucking broken.
Their whole house to the ground.
Yeah. So I've dealt with a lot of different people. I work in law now, so
what's worse is when you're working at a parts store and you don't have the part. It's like,
oh yeah,
I know this guy.
Yeah, and sometimes I've made trips like at special times when I worked there. I would take a company truck and go to like wherever it was and pick it up for them. So I mean, like good customer service. That's the best part of, that's the way to alleviate those people.
Heck, we've done that for the parts people that we work with now.
Yeah, I did. This is a bit of a story. There's a parts house near where I live here, and one of the kids there had broken water pump bolts on his LS truck, right? And it was 8:40, and the warehouse where the bolts were at closed at 9, and he couldn't leave. So I was like, okay, well, what are those bolts worth to you? I had initially gone there to pick up splices for you to fix the ignition on the Cadillac. And this guy was like, I got $30. And I was like, well, then you just got some bolts. So I got in the Plymouth and I rocketed it back to your place, dropped off the splices, pretty much just threw them to you.
Yeah.
And just got back in my car and got down to the warehouse that's like not 3 miles. It's more like 6 or 7 miles.
6.5, 7
and that's city traffic. I got down there at 8:55 and picked up the bolts for him and got him back to him so he could fix his truck and drive home. And got back to you like shortly after, and we fixed the ignition on the Caddy.
And then we got dinner.
Yeah. But it's always fun. Oh, what's up, Jeff?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Oh, it's going
What's
good,
up, Brian?
man.
What's up? You're back in the garage now.
Yeah, I'm all over.
I'm jealous of that lighting.
Yeah. I'm going to go in the other room and share this live real quick. So, John, you man the fort. Clean up whatever mess I have made. Cool. I'll be right back.
Oh, there's all kinds of messes getting made on these things.
I'm sure.
What's up, J-Bo? I can't wait to meet, or not meet, but see J-Bo again in September. Me and the wife went out there to see Blake and them. Had a great time. But that's what we used to do. That's why I'm kind of happy that John Wilburn's doing this thing. I mean, we drove out one time and we were on one of Uncle Tony's lives whenever he did the lives from the gas station. We drove out there for that. Yeah, it's been a while. And then we drove out, and then I met Jed. We've driven out to his place a couple times. Driven out to see Blake. Haven't gone up to see Jeff yet, and he's only like 2 hours away.
Met you out in Indy though.
Yeah, we did meet in Indy.
Yep, hung out with you and Jed for a little bit.
Now you'll get recognized at Indy before me. You're
Depends if I have a beard or not.
Oh shit!
Beard
So
thing is
what's
so
going
weird.
on with you, Jeff?
Not a whole lot. It's been a busy day. Worked on the car a lot. Has been a lot. Just hitting it pretty hard. Won't be doing that this weekend. Got to go to down south for a baseball tournament, but just making lots of headway, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping to make more headway this weekend. Oh, there's Blake. What's up, Blake?
Oh boy.
So, John, what do you charge per hour for head porting?
Ain't happening.
I think
so
you're the new
time.
head porting king of the internet now.
I spent so much time on that. Just like I was going through my Google Photos for just trying to clean some stuff up, and I just hundreds of pictures of befores and afters. And
you've never have you ever done anything like that before?
No, all of my like mechanical experience was like big diesel off-road stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
Stationary engines, like 16-liter cats, and
okay.
Dewatering applications. A lot of John Deere, a lot of Kubota, a lot of even weird stuff like Deutz diesels. You can run those. Just you can run them on one dead cylinder if you need to. They're fascinating. But actually doing head porting, no, I've never done that before.
Yeah, you seem to take to it pretty good, though.
A lot of time.
Get in the zone and you notice 4 hours went by.
So how's it going with you, Blake? Blake, I think your microphone messed up again.
It's real quiet.
Smack it.
How about now?
There you go.
There we go.
Damn technical difficulties. I hate this microphone.
Those were iron heads you ported too, right?
Yeah, they're factory. Yeah. They're not even RT heads. They're small valve. Yeah.
You guys,
aluminum ones aren't near as bad.
Did you guys put bigger valves in those, or are you just running the stock valves?
Stock valves. We got.
Okay.
We swapped out. I can't remember if it was the intake or the exhaust valves. We swapped out one set.
Okay.
I think we did the intakes, but don't quote me on it because one set was fine. They're Magnum heads, so there's cracks occasionally. Right between the seats. What's that?
Yeah, I spent 8 hours on just one head the first time I tried porting on cast iron and just kind of got in the zone. Next thing you know, 4 hours went by.
Yeah, that was pretty much like the first night that I did it was at live, and it was abusively loud for everybody watching.
Are you talking about when we took the Magnum apart?
No, when I started porting the heads on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of one of those things. Once you start, you really don't stop.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got really confident around the valve seats,
That was what
they have danced across one once, but lapping compound.
I think you did. Yeah, you did too. And like we had to lap it out, and we eventually got it in a seal. So we know the heads are good.
Yep.
And Blake, you got hit with the bad valves too. I see.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's pretty crappy shit.
I'm glad I hit the wire wheel on those. Well, I'm glad I leak checked them first. We were just like, we're so sick of not having the car running. We're just going to throw the damn heads on. Like, let's take the time and leak check them. Oh, cracked valves.
We checked ours with acetone because that was the thinnest thing that we could possibly get.
We used windshield washer fluid.
Yeah,
that was in that last video, wasn't it, Blake? When it started dribbling out that one, that was all cracked valves.
I just turned the camera on. I'm like, okay, we've been sitting here for 10 minutes, nothing's happened, and all of a sudden it just went blah 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 right out, and I'm like, mother.
Yeah, we went back and forth on lapping ours.
Yeah,
so many freaking times because we had just two out of all of them.
There was one in particular that just kept leaking and leaking and leaking and leaking and leaking.
Yeah.
And it took that one took like 2 hours to lap.
Just to get that one valve to seat.
But by God, we were not going to replace the head. It was already ported. So.
Yep. Just, casually taking a pound or so of iron out of each one with a carbide.
Yeah. It's a miracle it didn't.
We
cut
weighed
through
the
into
dust.
water. Huh?
We weighed.
Yeah,
the
we
dust.
weighed the dust that we could get. We weighed the
Oh,
undercoating. The undercoating.
I
like,
saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like 26 pounds. Or
Yeah,
something.
it was like 6 pounds per corner.
It's just a ridiculous amount of undercoating.
Yeah, we didn't go all the way under the car because that stuff was so soft that you can just scrape
even
it
then,
off with your thumbnail.
under the center of the car,
and it doesn't. There's not enough.
there's
there
not
to
a
matter.
lot there.
Yeah.
So we just left it.
Like we could have just hit the whole bottom side with a wire wheel and it all would have come off.
Apparently, antifreeze takes that stuff right off too.
Yeah.
Because when the Nacho blew the cylinder wall out and then it filled the headers full of antifreeze and that blew all over underneath the car. While I've been underneath of it, there's undercoating and I can just take my finger and just wipe it away.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Weird.
Pro tip: get a garden sprayer and some wasted antifreeze.
Yeah.
Tony told us to take it off with a torch, and
That was terrible.
it was awful. Air hammer took it all off.
Air chisel.
Needle
no
scale.
time.
Don't do it with a
Needle
grinder.
scaler. Yeah.
They make like this air scraper thing, right?
That's
and
what
it
we
works
use,
really
yeah.
well, but man, it is so messy. And the torch method, you can heat it and do that thing, but it is just so nasty. So gross.
What's it
I
taste
did it with a
forever.
flapper wheel on a grinder, and I was just.
Yeah, I was the
covered.
same way. When I did, the only part I didn't do was like the rear gas tank area. 'Cause it's like thick, but the rest of it, I went underneath there same way as middle of winter. I get out just completely covered in that shit, blowing that shit out of your nose for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely invest in good PPE before doing that.
Well, that was the thing. I came home after that. I, went, washed my hands, ate dinner, everything, and my whole family's sitting there. And I'm like, oh, all right. We're talking, and it's been about an hour, and I go into the bathroom, and I see my face is completely black. And I'm like, what the hell? None of you people said that my face is completely black. What if I would have turned on a live or something?
Would have been great.
You got canceled.
I would have gotten a community guidelines strike.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got tires for the Jet coming. They shipped out in Nevada today.
What'd you end up getting?
Mickey
Oh,
Thompson's.
Mickey Thompson's, right?
Yeah, Mickey
Yeah, those
Thompson's.
are nice. I like
Yeah,
mine.
we wanted to get the Radial Pros. Like I was looking at them, but they
Get the
didn't have them.
Street ETs.
They say what?
You get street ETs.
I think they're. I forgot. There's a picture.
Thing. I'll
Um,
have to look it up.
but the Radial Pros, they were out of stock, and they weren't expected to be back into stock until like late July. And I was like, oh shit, we need something now.
Yeah.
'Cause this thing's getting close. Like realistically, Sunday, we could have the car running. It's not going to be moving yet because our drive shaft is currently in slag hammer, so we need that.
That's a thing.
Yeah, kind of a bit of a crucial component.
I got my drive shaft in today.
Yeah,
I ordered one, and I measured everything out, made the order on Wednesday.
yeah.
Where'd you go? Who'd you go through?
I went through Speedway Motors.
Oh, okay.
Told them what I had, the application, what I wanted it rated to, and they custom make them. So it was reasonably priced. I mean, it would be nice to go with something much more expensive,
Yeah.
but when the money's not there, it's
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I know about the money not being there.
So
yeah.
So the tires we got, the rears are Mickey Thompson ET Streets SSs.
That's what I
The
got.
fronts are Mickey Thompson Sportsman SRs, skinny tires. So
Yeah, Jeff, you got the same ones as I got on the 17-inch rims that I run on the 300. Them
Yeah.
things, they're snot, they hook good. So you don't have to do a very big burnout with them.
No, you
either.
don't. That's what I was reading, and since I changed out the rear drag radials, Blake, I ordered a set of the old school Pro Track front runners. They're I think they're in today's size like a 215, 75-15, but the tread on it's only 3 inches wide. So it's that old school look, and so I'll have street tires and drag tires, but
That'll be cool,
yeah,
man.
I couldn't beat the price on those the same tires that you got, because like Austin, I ordered the ones that you wanted, and I was supposed to have them in June, and they pushed it back, and I canceled it, and I bought the ones that Blake has, and I'm sitting here reading up on them, and Blake, I think you commented or said something about it. I'm like, hey, I'm not worried about them then. If people are having good luck with them,
Right.
I'm running them.
Yeah, the Hoosiers people kept talking about. I'd put them in the same boat, man. I'd call them very comparable. I'd say no to Nitto.
Yeah. Let's say this whole build, the fact that it's gotten as close as it is in a year is amazing just from the perspective of parts availability.
Right.
Like it's some of the stuff that we got for the car was pretty much unobtainium unless you just like knew what to say, who to call, what to do about it. Like like I said, I worked parts for years. So, and I've put together a poly head, which I've called every body that you could possibly call to get parts for that. So I just called the same people, and was able to get every part that we needed to get the thing together.
Yep.
And the tires are the same way like that right now. Like the reason I got the tires that we got, I could have looked around and gotten the Radial Pros, but I mean, if they're in stock at Summit and they're going to do exactly what we need them to do anyway, I'll just go ahead and get that.
Yeah, they're good.
But especially because those tires are I mean, the people forget the Jet's not just a race car; it's getting driven on street too.
Oh yeah,
I've got to break it in.
Yeah,
and I've driven those tires in the rain before, and they're not all. You'd think it would be an ice skating rink, but it's not all that bad.
Yeah,
just drive normal.
Because
not in a heavy downpour.
Oh, also, I just want to say John Wilburn's here, and I feel like I need to remind him that we went to the lake with Whistling Diesel.
Yeah, I tried putting on your.
Are you leaving now? Are you? You went too, John. When he talked, he's gone. All right. Anyway.
Well, I gave you a shout out, Austin, and I even said that on my thing that you went boating with him, and I said if anybody doesn't know, please let John know.
I saw that.
You didn't splash anybody, did you?
No, actually we did, and then we were arrested immediately and beaten severely, but I got over it pretty good. What? Talking about, when we went splashing people with Whistling Diesel and then we got beat up.
A little squirt don't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was actually it was
actually tell Whistling Diesel about the No Name Nationals? Does he at least know about it?
I don't. I mean, I don't. Did I sing?
I don't know.
I don't remember. But he was. I mean, he was dealing with like 200, 300 people at the same time. Yeah. So, but we did have a conversation,
and then he swallowed a bug.
Yeah. Then he swallowed a bug.
It wasn't a bug. It was a cotton.
And it was a cotton. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we did have a conversation, but it was more about like why I went to court. I mean, I work in law, so.
I watched his court video, and I'm thinking, oh boy,
it's so stupid too. Because in Tennessee, for a misdemeanor to stick, the cop has to see you do it.
It's like a flash mob.
So
you know what? Most of what goes on in court is really stupid. You ever go to like traffic court?
Joe Wilbur's here.
You ever go to traffic court and just stay and watch for an hour? You ever do that?
Oh yeah.
You see the stupidest stuff you've ever seen.
You want to see something stupid?
Excuses.
This is no joke. So a friend of my dad's, he passed away, but he grew up in Chicago, not very far from Cook County Jail, which is on California Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what Hotel California is actually about with that song. Yeah. Long story short, he grew up in that area, really rough area. And he's like, hey, he would go up and, take care of his mom's house and all that. So I'd go up and help him. This is no joke. This guy is like Big Mike size, right? He's just big, towering guy. Grew up in this area. And he's like, you ever want to see something fun? You got to do this. Right across the street, Cook County Jail, when the people are getting out, I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? He's like, oh, we're going to get a Maxwell Street push. We're going to sit here and just watch the clowns get out of jail. You could sit there for hours. You would have a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers just by doing that. Just chaotic.
Just go to night court. Just go to night court. You can't record in a courthouse building. But they don't say you can't talk to anybody who walks out of there. A lot of
no, but you can sit across the street and film these.
Yeah.
Just chaos.
I got some friends that got a shop on Princeton Avenue in Bluefield, West Virginia. And I've told them for years, if you would put a camera up in the top of your windows of your business just to catch what goes on in the street in front of your shop, people would never believe. They'd never believe the crazy stuff we see on the street in front of that shop. We've seen homeless people just walking, they'll pass, they'll get in a fight.
Well, shit. 1320 Destroyer was talking about a guy's got 500,000 subs and he's just got a hummingbird feeder or some shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Buzz, what's happening?
What's happening, Buzz?
Long time no see.
Dude, I was in John Wilburn's live the other day, right? When I was putting the brake lines in the jet. We had straight up like Hollywood squares going on. There were like 9
Yeah.
people. It was the most chaotic.
I'm waiting for the
Eventually I got to the point where I didn't know how to keep up with the conversation, so I just like started sitting in every one of Tony's cars.
It needs to be like the
Just
Brady
changing-
Bunch.
just changing the background.
It needs to be like the Brady Bunch and just everyone looking up at the squares like they did on that show.
Yeah.
last night, for those who didn't see it, I'll tell it, Blake. Yeah. So last night, for those who didn't see it, who's live? It was Ruben's live, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, I haven't laughed so hard.
There were several of us in there, and J-Bo over in the comments, he was in the live, but he kept having the internet freeze up on his tin can and string cellular internet that he has, and he just kept getting in all these goofy poses. So we all just started jumping in with the fun, and it was a barrel of fun. You never know.
The funniest part was when Ryan started doing the robot, and Ruben thought he was buffering, so he kicked him out to say,
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't know why this made me just think of that. You know what we haven't gotten on video yet? This is why we need to have like a video just going in the shop all the time. Whenever I say something completely stupid that clicks in Garrett's head, and he walks like out of the shop and just screams at the top of his lungs in frustration.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. But
Hey,
you get that too.
let us know if you like the idea in the comments of them running a wire to the back of the car that goes through Garrett's ear gauges. Like,
Oh, yeah.
in and out the
We
other.
just drag him around.
Yeah.
He could be on a parachute. We just pop the trunk into place.
we needed an extra ground. So
Ground on his
Breaker.
ear.
J-Bo is the gift that keeps on giving when he gets frustrated. Let me tell you.
No doubt.
And
I
J-Bo,
thought
by
John-
the way, spoiler alert, I'll leak this out on Brian's live. J-Bo is going to be in the booth at the inaugural AHRA No Name National. So
I want to get in that booth and tell everybody at peak hour that I went to the Lakewood Whistling Diesel.
They know.
if you
No, they
guys
don't. They don't know.
Just make a T-shirt. Make a channel T-shirt.
Yeah.
if you guys want a sample of Blake and J-Bo commentating, there's a video on Just Mopar Joe's channel of engine assembly, and it's a voiceover by Bad Tree Productions. And if you haven't seen that, you should check it out.
it was
Brian, man, this just blows me away seeing you in such a home-like situation.
Yeah,
other
yeah,
than
yeah.
The shop itself. I mean, what the fuck is this shit?
This is how I used to do my life.
Where are you, man?
From home.
Where are you?
He no longer looks like somebody I'd be afraid to get in an elevator with.
I know he kind of looks like Harley, so we're used to it.
No, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
slightly less beard.
But no, really, like
messed up.
it
I
should be
remember
like.
what John said the first time I did this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Whoa, whoa.
it's like a Ralph Lauren
Hey,
commercial.
Oh,
I can do that too.
Brian.
Don't
I mean,
get
Paul Mitchell, my bad.
John used to
Don't-
have like.
don't get
Fabio
me
hair in
started.
high school.
Oh, yeah.
John
Well,
used to have
years.
like super long hair. I did too.
Years.
Like I had hair down like
All
the
right.
middle of my
All
back.
right. I'm going to let my hair down.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
I
But
got,
no,
I got.
Whoa.
I'm thinking immediately after the
Look at
national
that.
anthem, the drag strip, I just tell everybody we went to the lake.
Look
Listen
at
to these
that.
Wait-
Whoa, got a mane going. Look, check that out.
Holy, man, there's going to be some son of a bitch out there that's got cancer so bad they're going to be so welcome in my hair.
Yeah, man. It was
that's
rocking.
man, I've got 3/4 of an inch to grow. 3/4 of an inch. The group I found, man, they require 12 inches. And yeah, man, I got more hair. Man, I'm a 1950s.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I'm a 1950s pompadour style. Last time I sat in a barber chair, man, shave the sides, number one, front and back, and give me a little whoop up the top. But yeah, my old man, cancer got him, and he was one of those dudes that needed a little. To feel proper, man, he wanted a little hair. So I figured, fuck it, man. I can do that. I can
Yeah.
help out with that. So yeah, Man, I got more of that shit than you can shake a stick
So
at, man.
what is the organization that you're donating your hair to when it grows out the length it's got to be?
I got plenty of fucking hair.
What's the organization that's taking your hair donation?
I think it's
Oh,
Locks
yeah,
of
that's
Love.
not
isn't
on
it?
That's the one that most
Yeah.
people do.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's Locks of Love. I think is the most
Yeah.
common one.
But wait a minute.
Yeah, oh,
Oh, there's there.
Yeah, show him that.
Okay,
Hey,
I'll have to kinda-
No, you have to get up there to the camera.
Way up there. You might be able to.
That's John in high school.
That was well
Can
after
you
high
see it?
school.
Oh wow!
Man,
Yeah, isn't he beautiful?
Wow.
Did you ever rickroll somebody
Is that-
when they walked up behind
Is
you?
that the,
by
the
accident?
mask?
yeah.
What's that?
You were a
You ever
fine looking
rickrolled
woman,
somebody?
John.
I lost. Part of the reason why I cut it was because I was at a store one time, and this lady that worked there was like, "Ma'am,
Dude, that happened to me all the time
Ma'am?
when I had my hair long. I go out to the store with my mom, and they're like, "Hello, ladies." It happened all the fucking time. I was just
you literally had fair hair."
I had long hair, man. It was.
Yeah.
it was
I had
all
long.
good.
I had hair down to my shoulders at one point.
I've never
My
had
dad-
that
my
problem.
dad-
But I've been
I-
clean,
that
mean,
was-
and sheen for 20 some years now.
That
My
picture was,
dad
like, 2 years
still
before I
has
cut
long
it.
hair. It's down.
There
like,
are
it's-
fireworks
He always
going
keeps
off.
it
that's a
on.
lot of
My
commitment
dog's
there,
freaking-
Jeffro.
What's that?
I said that's a lot of commitment there, brother. I mean,
Well, you know
keeping
what?
that shit- keeping that shit tight. Fuck.
Every
Woo!
day, every day. So here's how it started. So like, a friend of mine was good at cutting hair, right? And I had a job interview, and long story short, we'd had a few beers, and I'm like, "Yeah, cut my hair," and he right down the middle. I'm like, "You son of a bitch!" So I shaved my head, right? And I would never let it grow back. Anytime I started letting it grow back, I looked like a chia pet or something.
Yeah, you ruin it.
You know?
I just always Jeff. I always pictured you with an afro. Oh,
Wavy, man. But I'm getting gray and beard and all that. So like, if I was to grow hair, it'd be salt and pepper. But I haven't had hair in over 20 years. I would still have my beard, but I was burning up some brush the other day and got a little too close, and it singed the whole side of it. So,
Have I said we need to unsubscribe from Mr. Will yet?
Oh Jesus! I mean,
Yeah, everybody just
everybody
needs to
unsubscribe
unsubscribe
from
from
Mr.
Mr. Will. Everybody do that real quick.
go ahead and drop your bomb.
Yeah,
I'm
go
glad-
ahead and
glad
speaking
we
of
got
that,
this beverage
speaking of
because
that,
there's so
I
much
think
difference.
we should make our race official.
Oh, the push. Yeah. Oh,
The
by the
push
way,
race.
John, you remember we were talking about the push race?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Oh,
We got 3 people. Actually, no, we have like 5 people.
that wouldn't
I'm
be fair
working
at
on
all.
getting people. I
Okay,
don't
so
know,
we
there's
can.
not that many
okay,
people
Let's see.
out
We
there
long
got,
as
that
it's
like
we got
to
the
me,
amount of
push
you,
my
people.
car
me,
down the
you,
track.
Garrett, Tone, Al.
Ryan's gonna go through Sykes
Oh,
and
you know
look for
Tony and
homeless
Al are
dudes.
not-
Hey, you want to
Dude,
make
yeah, they
$5?
$5 push my car.
Dude, Tony and Al will definitely help push the car because it was built in the shop. It's the
Let's
shop's
just
honor.
have a hair contest.
Pull all the
who
brake
can grow
pads,
their hair
Ryan.
fastest.
But yeah, so there's going to be a push your car down the track.
who's your team? Who's your team, Brian?
I don't have one yet. All I know is
You need to
fat
get,
people.
like-
Wait a minute here. This guy might be on my team.
You need to get like Paul John and all those guys.
Oh! Ken, Tall Garage,
I'll
one of my
for
favorite
sure.
people on the planet.
I'm volunteering Ken to be
Hi,
on
bud.
my team.
That's
Yeah,
volunteering.
sure.
Push
I'll
my
be
car
on the
down
team.
the track.
Oh, one thing too I wanted to bring up. Does anybody watch Brian Cabral's latest video?
Oh no.
He's not. I don't think he's making videos anymore. I think he said he's done.
Oh,
John Wilbert.
Did you just? Okay, that's your script. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's-
did
Hey.
you literally print that off?
My son just got home, so I'm gonna go see him.
All
I'm
right.
gonna stay
Wow.
listening, buddy. See ya.
See you, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Later, Jeff.
But I'm pretty sure Brian Cabral is done. I think he's left
Did we?
No,
Wow.
he'll be back. He's always back.
I
Yeah.
hope
He
he's
said
back
that before.
because he's like a major source of motivation for me.
He's said that before. He's full of it. He'll be back. He can't help it.
He even
Well, what
stopped
has he
talking
got?
about
He
it.
got like 50 subs or something. I can't remember.
Like 300 and
338.
I know
yeah.
he's been at it forever. He's been at it since Tony started. I know at least since
For
Tony
years.
started doing lives.
for
Cabral,
years.
Cabral has no purpose in life if not to malign Tony and all of us. So
That offer that I made to him is eligible up until the day that you can't get a flight to Sykeston anymore. So,
Wilburn, you look like I need glasses.
I look like J-Bo did
Way
last
weird.
night.
I can see your hand perfect, but I can't see you.
Camera just needs to focus. It's acting funky.
No,
I
Cabral,
get it.
he was like a huge source of motivation because he had more subs than me. It's like, well, I gotta get more subs than this guy. Like,
What a sad channel.
Ken,
it's so
Ken,
great.
your stuff was a lot of fun, man. Yeah. How goes it, Ken?
I've been trying.
Didn't
man.
you
Like,
send him something?
huh?
Didn't you send Cabral something, Ken? Or
Did I?
something?
That was John.
Yeah,
No,
oh,
I
yeah,
did,
yeah,
yeah.
no, I did too. Yeah, I did too.
Oh,
yeah.
you both did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I sent him the whole series DVD of Sanford and Son. The whole series.
yeah, he
That's a
did.
I
treasure.
sent him some packs of actually, I got a picture. I sent him some packs of ramen noodles, chicken, beef, and pork, right? Because he hated the ramen noodle videos so much, right? So
Who don't like ramen
And-
noodles,
and-
right?
That was
I
fun.
sent him a tube of Fixodent, right? Because he says he has teeth. I don't believe him, so maybe he just needs to reinstall them. And a UTG sticker. That's a cool evening, man. Watch Sanford and Son, eat ramen noodles. That's dinner to movie, right?
All I got was
Use
a
the
clock.
UTG sticker to wax yourself, you know.
That's it.
So there's also this other guy because I just searched like I was bored and I searched the tag No Name Nationals and one of the first videos that comes up is this dude Mike's Mischief. Who's that guy?
God.
Because I missed something apparently like last month or something.
it's-
I
He's
think
like-
we
he's
all
Tommy
missed
1.0.
it until it happened.
Say
Don't tell
what?
me what to do.
I have no
Don't
idea
tell me
what
what to
even
do
happened
with
about
my
that.
internet and my
Whatever
Don't tell
did.
you, yeah.
car I can get together.
That shit was great.
No, he had a community post saying that he had some kind of personal problems a few days before and then just snapped, and that was it.
But he
Okay.
was, I don't know, like it was some kind of crazy shit. Like I don't know, but it was. Like I said, we missed something apparently, like a month ago.
I
Sounds like
honestly
I know what
believe-
you're referencing.
I honestly believe the people who have dropped out vocally, the two,
You bet.
it was because they either one couldn't get their car together or two didn't want to pay for gas. It was
Even
one of
if
those
for-
two things. And they had to come up with another reason. You know,
It's easier. It's
So they
easier to
didn't-
blame
they
somebody
didn't look like they
else
were
to
bitching
admit
out?
that you didn't get what
Yeah.
you wanted to be done.
Even if the jet wasn't done, we would lug it up there on a trailer and continue working on it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
what I'm
it doesn't
gonna do.
matter. Like,
Yeah.
if my
So,
car's
Brian,
not done,
Brian, I'm
filling in
singing
with a
your
bunch of
song and
parts.
dancing your dance.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
bringing the Plymouth too, but I'm
That's-
not going to race that because it's not impressive. I mean, unless I just get bored, if I can. I don't even know how that works because the jet is entered, but the Plymouth's only in the show, so I don't know if
Yeah,
like the Plymouth can run at the same time because we got a jet ticket. I
Speaking
don't
of
know.
It's a
Right.
good question.
Oh, it's John. Yeah, John Wilburn's right here, so
You can run it.
sweet. And we're gonna
Yeah.
run the dong. We're gonna run the dong for
Can you-
sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
good.
right.
Yeah.
When you pay your participant fee to register for the event, you can do anything that the No Name Nationals has to offer. There's only one thing that has an additional payment, and that's you need a $100 bill on top of your participant fee to run in that small tire 28 by 10.5 tire heads up class.
Which
Because that's a class that's going to have some pretty fast cars and it's got a big payout. But other than
we
that-
will probably lose.
The
Right.
regular bracket, the call outs, the burnout contest, show your ride, monkey bikes, you can do
Burnout.
all of that under your participant registration.
Dude,
Pretty
do you
sure
want
we
to
can
send
all
out
fit
some?
that tire
You want to
size
send out
under
some
our
ETs
cars.
in style?
No, I was
And you
thinking
win it.
Mercury.
Oh, because who cares what happens to that car?
I've got 7 good tires for
Who
it.
gives
Hey,
a fuck?
But it's not just a burnout contest. It's a burnout contest sponsored by Destroyer 1320, for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
I mean,
You
this
can do
this
any-
just going to be some good stuff.
So Eric is going to have the Destroyer 1320 playpen up on the top end. Our burnout competition area, when the last car goes down the track on Friday, we're going to pull some stuff across the starting line of the track to keep anybody who is not on the same page that you cannot race anymore, to make sure nothing else can go down that track. Then we're going to have our barricades set up at the top end, lights and all that good stuff. And that's going to be the Destroyer 1320 playpen for the burnout competition. And it's going to be a wild, fun party time up on the top end in that event. It's an event of its own at the event.
Ken's just open his hood latches are going to hold, man.
Pick it up there. but even
I
if
did
we
big
the
didn't,
hood right
for it,
off
too.
that thing, man.
even if we didn't win the burnout competition, how badass would it be to get a picture of the jet just roasting?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
See if you
How
can
do you
launch a
win
tire
a
into outer
burnout
space.
competition?
I think we'll launch a piston. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's like you got
that
the-
engine's actually pretty damn
There's one
strong.
car in the fleet that still runs. It's just total. It's got 7 good tires.
We have a lot of cars, and you have that Mercury that's
Yep.
just totaled, but it'll still
drove
do
it
a
off the track.
burnout.
I
so-
think it's really cool because it's an actual burnout pit. It's not like your local burnout
lot.
contest sitting there smoking the tires until they pop.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
to throw some flare into this, tap a wall
We-
if you want to, go bomb it through the grass. You know,
We
No-
have 194 by 64 feet. I think that's the biggest burnout pit anywhere. I don't think anybody has a bigger burnout pit than that.
yeah,
any-
drift the
any
whole
event.
square
You know-
patch.
How do
Well,
the
You
how
take
do
the rear
the
brakes off.
what? Oh yeah. How do the pits for the like for the race cars work? Are they like assigned or like how does it?
Not per se, but the thing is we're trying to get the pits to where they make logical sense. So, for example, Buzz is going to have a space up near the, where the staging lanes are, close to the tower, one of those 8 short spaces in there. Dallas he'll have his RV hooked in there because he needs power to run that. The track manager needs power. He'll be up there. I'll be up there. We're trying to maybe keep the quieter end of the pits up near the gate, and then the louder, more rowdy end of the pits further down by the scales, because there's no bad place on this property. Okay? They're all great places. But we're just trying to organize the pits logically,
And like
because
how
people are staying overnight a couple of
What?
nights.
how does what's the orientation though? Like are they like on concrete or dirt or I've never even thought of this, so I don't
I've
know.
not even been past this track. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're on pavement.
Ryan, why don't you pull up a aerial photo of Sykeston? Show it on the
I was
screen.
I wish I had that picture that.
I've got it. I'll get it. It's the pits are paved, so there's some pavement, some grass. We're going to try to get the guys that have the big rigs on the pavement because the spaces are 75 to 100 feet long. So these guys with toters and enclosed and everything else, there's plenty of room. But, we're trying to organize the pits a little bit more like that. So probably what we'll do is just kind of see who's coming, what they're bringing, and try to give some guidance on what the best spaces would be for them.
Yeah.
There's not a bad space on the property. The track is actually laid out really well. So
I'm looking
all
at it
of
right
the
now.
pits
It's
are
nice.
really conducive to racing.
Are they going to be like pre-assigned or is it like first come?
No, not necessarily, but we are going to reserve some space for people who need certain spots reserved. Like, for
What
example,
happened, baby?
the Nelsons
okay?
have asked. The Nelsons have asked for a couple of spaces, real specifically.
Is it okay?
66 feet
Let me
long,
kiss it.
and whatever it was they told me in width, and I'm going to mark that out for them because they're bringing 2 enclosed, 2 fast cars, 2 awnings, and they do their pits like pro stockers.
Yeah.
So I want to mark that off for them to make sure they can get all their stuff together. It's like the person who's just driving to the event doesn't need nearly as much space. There's a lot more options, but I want to make sure the Nelsons get enough contiguous space to fit their program. So for the people who need that, yes, I'll try to work something out ahead of time so that they all have what they need.
I think we need to be right next to Tony so that we're close to a qualified mechanic.
No, nobody's going to
That'll be like a half a mile away from the track.
Let me tell you, Tony, we already got
you're-
Tony's pit space. I'm not kidding. There's one space that we discovered walking that whole track we think Tony will love.
It's probably
No,
the
that's
shittiest
all it
possible.
is.
We won't tell you where it is,
All the way
but it's
around it.
perfect for him.
Oh no. Can we
Hey
be
Ken,
next to Tony?
Ken, I'm not going to be able to take you seriously until you get on that blue hobby ball behind you, man.
Oh my god.
You need to
Oh,
start
man.
hopping on that some bitch. Come
If
on.
Perpetual projects.
I pop that, you might be upset. So better not.
Well, I wonder though if really we could be next to Tony. I don't know.
Hey, perpetual projects. Not
No.
everyone is going up the day before, but it seems like most people are. So the gates open at noon on Thursday, so that because people are hauling in from such long distances.
Right.
The
Yeah.
gates will be open at noon on Thursday, so you can come in and set up your RV and that kind of thing. Do remember, Thursday is a work day. We need to set up all kinds of stuff. We're going to be setting up and installing.
And on that day, expect to help out.
Yeah. We're all going to pitch in. We're all going to work. We're all going to little things, right? We want that place to be in first class order when we open up on Friday. Because
I'm going to be a toilet scrubber.
Friday is when the track goes hot. Friday is the day that any media outside, I say outside media because we're all media here, right? So that's the day we'll probably see outside media showing up. We want to get it done because if we get all the work done and we get it done at a reasonable hour, you know what the plan is. We're all going to head over to Lambert's for dinner. And we want to get the work done so that nobody's left behind still working and everybody's going to Lambert's, right?
As many people can get beamed by rolls as possible.
Yes.
So Thursday is not a meet and greet day. I mean, we'll all have fun and meet each other and have dinner. But we got to get the work done first. Friday will be a meet and greet day.
Is there like a day that, like a time the gates close? Because I know that we're gonna leave Thursday, but I will likely be working until the afternoon.
The thing with the gates closing, we're going to have to. There's going to be so many people there. We're going to be able to make arrangements to make sure people can get in or out. One thing I think that will be smart to do is try to have a little security with jiving, making sure the trailer's leaving or leaving with who they're supposed to. We don't want any theft at this event.
Right.
And I think because there's so many people staying in the pits and a lot of us know one another. I mean, this event will have more people who know each other than any other event.
It'd be really, really dumb to steal an iconic.
It would.
car.
I agree. But we just
Thieves are looking for weak people. It's going to be the last place you're going to find.
It's not a good place for thieves. It's for several reasons. It's a bad theft target for several reasons. One, the people all there know each other.
Yeah.
Like you'll have participants from all over the country who have never seen each other in person, but they know exactly who that is because of YouTube. Number two, it's going to be the most videoed event in history. There's going to be cameras how could you move anything there without it being on camera in 5 different angles? It's the worst place to steal anything ever. So I'm just putting that out there. But doesn't mean that we need to not be vigilant.
Somebody tried to steal Bottle Rocket, I would hide. I would leave immediately.
So what you're saying, John, I don't even have to film. If you have any clips of the Nacho Cuda at No Name Nationals, please email them to Bad Tree Productions.
Seriously. There's going to be so much film. That's another thing, too. You know, you look for somebody was asking about the event for the video. So what do you mean the event? All these events are the event. Because even though Dallas and I will be pit reporting, you know, we'll definitely have someone with a camera, that kind of thing. No doubt about that. But you would only be seeing it from our perspective.
Well, just imagine all the perspectives weeks after.
Oh, my gosh. You want to watch all these videos.
How good they are,
Dude, you know what? I just got an idea. We should misplace Bottle Rocket.
I don't want to get shot.
we just move Bottle Rocket somewhere else.
We already know exactly where Tony's going to want to pit. Dallas and I were walking around on the grounds and saw it at the same time. Like, yep, that's where Tony started laughing. We know, and I'm not kidding. I know exactly where he's going to want to pit.
What is it, like I said, does it have like an 8-foot tall fence completely around
I won't say, but
with barbed wire and guard dogs?
It's going to be far away from literally everybody.
I'm going to offer it to him and just say, man, hey, if you want the spot that I know you do, but if you don't, pick what you want, but we'll just make sure he knows that's that. If we don't tell him it's there, he won't know.
But it's also Brian Cabrera's grandstand for the control area.
Well, there will be
if he accepts
patrols, yes.
If he accepts my offer, then yeah, I really want to hear everything that piece of shit has got to say.
And that is a strong offer.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Big
man.
Big Mike, brother man. Big Mike, brother man.
What's happening, folks?
What up?
While
had
Big
to-
Mike's here,
Almost fell over the chair.
we should give a pitch for the chair. But what are you doing, man?
Well, just got home from the horse auction. You know, Mama Hope, she loves her horses, and so you know, happy wife, happy life, right?
Amen, brother.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cover that up on the beard. Hold on here. Yes, sir.
By the way, while I'm thinking about it, if you need any fuel relief for the No Name Nationals, there's a fund started. Buzz seeded it. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know, we've raised a considerable amount of money in addition to Buzz's $3,000 he seeded that fund with. Big Mike is the committee chair, and his email is in the video. You can email Mike to apply for fuel relief.
And he lies a lot, just saying.
Thanks.
So
Apparently there's a fuel relief.
I'm honestly, I'm surprised that more people have not reached out for the fuel relief fund.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, it was all.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's only been one person so far that has reached out to me as of yet.
So far.
And so we, if there's anyone, that's on the fence about it or whatever, man, don't be on the fence. Jump in there and, shoot me an email so we can get this figured out.
Yeah, dude. Buzz dropped 3 racks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm close enough. I could push my car there if I have to. So
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
Well, you might have to.
Brian,
No, we already got a race where I'm pushing the car. I'm getting people.
I was about to say, you can get in on this action. We're gonna push
I
the
have to
junkyard
start
jet.
doing videos of the Rocky workout,
Oh,
preparing for
Sucking
the
Wait, no,
meat
I figured out-
now.
That's how we'll lose weight.
Punching
No.
meat now.
I figured out exactly how we win the push race. We've gotten really, really good at pulling that engine.
No, we're not doing it again.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Oh my goodness.
We haven't done in like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Big Block
You don't-
402
you
said
don't
he's
wanna do it
questioning
again?
whether he can trust a guy with a big beard. So if you haven't checked out Big Block 402, he's about the only guy in our community that can rival Big Mike on a beard.
now, didn't he say that something about shaving his beard off?
Don't know.
If he gets a certain amount of subscribers or something. I think he said something about shaving off his beard if he gets the right amount of
Big
subscribers.
Block, what are you, around 450?
Dude, how many subscribers does Mr. Will have?
I don't know.
This.
I'll let-
Yeah,
I'll
look at
shave
it.
my head if everybody unsubscribes from Mr. Will.
I'm unsubscribing right now.
Hey man.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off. I got the kids I gotta take care of.
300
Good night, Blake.
Thanks for
Seeing you
coming
guys.
out,
Yeah, be
Blake.
cool,
I
brother.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
You
see
guys
you,
have a
Blake.
good 4th of July.
See you, man.
See ya.
Hey man.
All
What
right.
Big Mike is
Yeah.
talking about, man, don't be bashful. If you're thinking you can't make it to the No Name Nationals because of fuel costs, hit up Big Mike's Hoopty Barn because there's money out there to help you out.
That's really awesome.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Hey, it's if you want to know where it came from my project fund. It was clear to me that I wasn't going to be able to put a vehicle together and make it out there, and I'd rather see everybody else make it out there. And hit
Yeah.
Mike up. Hit Mike up. Don't be bashful. Man, there's no strings attached.
I'm just-
Get to the event because this is the event of the season, brother men's.
But like I said on my video today, man, all the cool people are going to be there. I said all the,
Except us.
automotive content all your favorite automotive content creators are going to be there. But then I had to revise that and say, well, all the cool ones,
You know,
Yeah.
the ones that lightning didn't strike. You know what? This event is going to be one of these things where the first one is going to be so definitive, So don't
yeah.
say, "Hey, man, this looks really cool. I'll catch it one of these years." Don't do that. This is the definitive event. You'll long be remembered being that first one and how cool it was and how different it was. So
There's gonna have to be a
effort
photo.
into
There's
this
gonna have to be a photo of some kind of like everybody there.
yeah.
Somehow, if we can find a way to
We do it on a
They'll
drone.
probably have to
A
take
drone.
it from they'll probably have to take it from the tower with all the people that are
All the
showing up
cars.
to this thing.
the cars.
We use a drone, then everybody can be in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna stand on the roof of the jet.
That's risky.
It's risky. We didn't
Now,
take the bracing
John,
out of the roof.
Have you had
So-
many people buying tickets like spectators?
Some, yeah, I've had some
Okay.
spectator ticket sales, not real heavy, but we never actually expected to pre-sale a lot of spectator tickets because
Yeah.
most people can buy at the gates and they're just going to keep coming in until they can't possibly physically come in. We're going to have a lot of spectator ticket sales, but there are spectator ticket sales. I got plenty of them in the book actually, but we expect most of the spectator tickets will be sold at the gate. The participants, on the other hand, they've been rolling in ever since. Participant registration's all online, it's all in advance, and it's been robust.
I think my parents have bought tickets.
You know, there's a
Yeah,
big
I know my family's
Mopar
coming.
event. There's a big Mopar event, car show, race, and swap meet next weekend. Could you send me the picture of the basically the new flyer? You
The
know,
flyer?
the
Yeah.
most up to date one.
Of course.
I'm gonna get some printed out and I'm gonna hand
Yeah.
them out at that event.
We can do that.
Speaking of events, you know, Holly Mo Party is like a week before No Name, I think.
2 weeks.
And
2
the
weeks
jet
before.
the jet is definitely going to be done by then. And I'm thinking, does the first time the jet comes out of the shop, does it go to Mo Party or does it go to No Name first?
I think the first time it comes out the shop is going to a gas station.
Well, you know what I mean. It makes its first like appearance somewhere.
I was actually thinking about taking my Duster because it better be done by then.
I think it
And
needs
I
to
was
be. I
thinking
think it
about
needs to be
taking
No
it to
Name.
Mo Party and just getting a show. Quit that, John. Stop it. I was thinking about just getting a show spot and just put the car there with my channel name and just that way I have a good. Because have you ever gone to Mo Party? Oh yeah, you guys were at Mo Party.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, we were
I
at Mo
missed it.
Party.
I was at
Yeah,
work.
you were at work.
Yeah, I quit that
Yeah,
job.
me and Garrett went to Mo Party. That was some
I'm
really
not-
good
I
stuff.
just want to have a good spot to go back to and sit down. So I was
Yeah.
just going to get a spot in the. Don't you text that to me? I know you're getting ready.
we
There
were
you
we were
go.
talking we were talking about being like Brian was saying about being recognized at Mo Party a month after the jet was started. People recognized us at Mo Party. That was odd. I didn't expect that.
You totally didn't use that to get any discounts on parts of the swap meet, though.
No, I didn't. No, why would I? No.
No, yeah.
Ooh, I hope people at the swap meet at Mo Party recognize me, but then again, I'd be buying
they
for my
will.
next project, not this one.
Right?
So, Mike, you say only one person has.
So far, yeah. So
Man.
far, I have only got one person who has hit me up with interest in the fuel relief fund, and
Man,
so
there's nearly
Yeah.
$3,700 out there for fuel relief funds right now. $3,700. $3,700.
It's enough to get a lot of people there.
That's enough to get a lot of
Yeah.
people there. And those of you that are feeling bashful, don't be. This is completely discreet. It's there's no strings attached. Reach out to Big Mike at Big Mike's Hootie Barn. Get yourself to the show.
I mean, it's
This
basically
is the show to be at. This inaugural event is the one to be at.
It's not one that anybody should miss.
I mean, it's just the community saying if that's going to be your holdup, don't let it be your
Don't let it
holdup
be.
because we got you.
We
Yeah.
want everybody to be there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited. I don't even care about the racing as much as I just want to go and see everybody.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Most.
The
I
car-
don't care about
the
that.
car-
This is
the car
never
could
been
ex-
about the racing part of it.
We have probably. I'm not gonna lie. We're probably close to 20 grand into this
I
car.
have no idea.
And I don't care if it blows up. Like I don't care. I don't care if it blows up there. Everybody will see it,
Make no
and that's
mistake.
part of it.
the content creators making the event is the most important thing. Because, for instance, Austin and John, they might bring half a dozen different cars to the No Name Nationals over the years, but what's the same as them? And this is a homecoming for fellow content creators to get together with the viewers. The hardware is secondary to that. So, yes, we want to bring our cars and we want to put on a good show, but bring yourself. That's the most important thing to bring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like
that's
you said
that's why I
before,
said
John.
even if the jet wasn't done, it's coming on a trailer with the parts to get it running.
Right.
And the Plymouth is going too. Even if it doesn't run.
That's like you said before, the second and the third, we're all going to be talking about how hard it was to get to the first one.
And when we make the first one happen, we pull together, we get past the fuel prices, we get past the thing of project cars needing to get done, we get past all of that stuff, and the No Name 500 guys have a head start, because next year they're going to know it's coming. If we get through the challenges of the first year, think about how much more we can dedicate to making the second year even more.
That's always how events go. The first one is going to set the tone to make everybody come in. Just blows up.
Don't be the people who think I'm going to go to Woodstock in 1970 and miss the Woodstock in 1969. Don't be that guy.
Yeah. Buff's Garage says, I think the people are playing the wait and see on the fund. Well, the fund is there, man. There's $3,700 already there. Don't be bashful.
And it's growing.
Don't miss the event. Don't be bashful. Don't miss the event. Reach out. Talk to Big Mike. Don't miss the event.
Well, and with as nice as everybody is in this community, they're probably like, well, let me see if I can make it.
And then
because I don't want to take it away from somebody else. Because we do got a bunch of really, these are just the greatest people in this community.
No doubt. But
I'm literally going even if my job doesn't give me the time off of work, I'm still going.
It's not that they don't
even care.
You're giving them a notice that you're not going to be there, and they have to figure it out.
No choice.
That's what management's job is.
Here's another thing too. We're asking you guys to imagine this event. That the players who are going to be there, you're seeing the fellow content creators, you're seeing what they're going to build, you see their videos, so you got what you need to know what it's about. But the thing is, after the first one is in the books, think of how much awesome video we're going to have. And then nobody will have to use their imaginations, which means it gets bigger and bigger. But you guys can be in on the first one and say, you know what? I had the imagination and the vision to say, I knew. See, I told you. I went to that first one. Nobody had to convince me, because we're not going to convince anybody on October 2nd what this thing was all about.
Plus, the videos that are going to come out of this event, a lot of people are going to take video of just their own car. So every single thing is gonna be different. There's gonna be you want to be there and see it in person.
Yeah. You guys ever see the opening? Just the opening that the Nivlak 57 channel has on its channel, their channel opener. Okay, those guys are bringing their fastest cars, and they are just one channel of a sea of them. So imagine all of that cool, crazy action right there, times a couple hundred. That's what this event's going to be.
It's going to be fun.
I would bet next year it's going to have to be a 3-day event.
Imagine the burnout competition that most of these places have, where it's just something going on in the corner. At our event, it's going to be the Destroyer 1320 burnout competition. It's going to have lights. It's going to have the biggest burnout pit you've ever seen. It's going to be a party and a destination to itself, because that's going to be the event after the track closes down for the last passes on Friday. We're all going to be there. This will be the best attended, wildest burnout party you've ever seen.
I think I should know the jet.
This event is different than what other people are doing.
Do we want to put the jet in the burnout pit?
Yes. Yes.
Those tires are that was a rack on tires.
I say we start with the scooter.
Start with the scooter. Oh, dude, we can pop that fucker. Can we enter the scooter?
Do it. I'm telling you, start looking for your burnout tires now.
Oh man.
Yeah, you see a few old sets of tires.
Those slicks that were on the
Tell me
on the
you
wheels
have
when we
a
got
few
them.
sets of tires laying around.
This is the YouTube content creator community. Nobody has to tell you guys how to do the best burnouts we've ever seen. Seriously, the YouTube automotive content creator crowd is the best burnout people ever. You guys need to come and show them how it's done.
We've got a set of mostly dead slicks that we can just
They're
send out.
They would
like
be
they still
glass,
hold
right?
air, but they're not usable.
Yeah,
we can send them out in style. We blow those fuckers.
So I got to bring my tire machine, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna blow them. Like we're gonna go until it blows.
Okay.
Like
Doug Martin, this is an Australian burnout pit. This is an Aussie style pit. It's 194 by 64 feet. We're not fooling around.
I want to hear Ken. Ken, what are your thoughts here, big brother man?
On what, the burnout bit?
The burnout bit, the whole deal, brother. What do you got?
I'm gonna throw on some more tires and just full send it. Like,
You been in the burnout competition with the Ranger?
oh yeah, sure, why not?
Cool.
The Ranger was born to do burnouts. That light end, ass end of it, man. It'll just spin them all day.
So here's the thing: you content creators that are thinking of jumping into this 1320, the burnout competition, do it. Let us know in the comments. Let people know who's going to be participating because it's going to be quite an affair.
Call outs. Call outs.
We're still not accepting Mr. Wills until the jet's running. Talking about the call outs. Yeah. Because
unsubscribe from Mr. Will.
Yeah, unsubscribe. I mean, the whole thing is that we're not going to accept anything until we know a little bit about what the car is going to do because we have no idea. So
I know it's going to be good enough to get one of us arrested.
Oh, dude, yeah, we actually wrote into the contract of ownership of like you pay your own tickets.
Yeah,
like not kidding. Like, because yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. We wonder why we got that remote bottle opener so that we can open it next to a Honda who's wanting to show off.
Austin, it's totally not working. Mr. Will has more subs than ever.
Oh hell.
He's got 367.
Son of a bitch.
No, it's not working.
Son of a bitch.
Why didn't I think this through?
It's just, we keep telling people to unsubscribe from Mr. Will, and now he's only 133 away. And then the Jet Boys are not going to be able to save from having to run their Valiant versus Mr. Will's Big Block 69 Charger.
How in the hell are we going to run our probably 600 horsepower dart against a fully dressed heavy B body? How are we going to be able to? We have to avoid that at all costs.
Wouldn't it be awesome if we just spun up a line
that'll make anything resembling that amount of horsepower? Probably.
You got to unsubscribe because if Mr. Will gets 133 more, we can't stop this race from happening. If Mr. Will hits 500, we can't stop it from happening. So unsubscribe from Mr. Will.
Yeah,
I think he needs to stay at 499. Once he gets there, just stay there until literally the day of the event. Just drag it out as long as possible. If you see him getting close, just don't.
like if he gets 500, I'm unsubscribing. But the thing is that he's making videos, right? He's made like 4, like talking about how it's like, hey boys, I'm just sitting here polishing my Charger because because the car's not done. Our car's not done yet,
right? Yeah.
So here's the thing. You have stuff to polish. Like we don't. There's nothing in that car.
That's
Our car
it.
is 50% Rust-Oleum, man. I mean,
it's paint. It's all paint and Bondo. And
there's less Bondo now than there was when we started because every time we beat on it a little bit more, it falls off.
There's holes that have developed in the car, and that's just weight reduction.
And that's since it's been inside.
Yeah, we got to have enough care and concern for Daddy's Money Garage that you don't let this race happen because nobody wants to see a nitrous fogged Valiant with a 360 running
Nobody
against
wants
Mr. Will's
to see
Big Block
that.
69. Nobody wants to see that. So we got to keep that from happening. So if you unsubscribe from Mr. Will, because he's only 133 subscribers and 500, if you unsubscribe from him, we can keep that from happening.
You know who really doesn't want to see it? Mr. Will himself.
Will.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He'll see them fucking taillights is what he'll see.
Hey, John, have you noticed who's been really quiet since they got their 500 subs?
Who's been really quiet since? Well, there's one guy who's always quiet before and after.
Freaking Levi. I haven't heard a peep
You know
out
what?
of him.
I think Levi is in a coma with excitement over getting the 500. That's
Coma of excitement.
he got so excited he just passed out, and they haven't been able to revive him. But he'll come back.
I think he's coming down off of his endorphin surge
Yeah.
from making the 500.
And the dopamine, the loss of that once you've peaked, it's really sad, man.
What are we talking about?
It's
I
like
zoned out.
He was
Levi's like Han Solo. He got so excited, so they just freeze him to keep him from spontaneously combusting, and then they'll throw him out before the event.
Rapid Transit Garage says that Mr. Will has 373 people.
People don't get this. He's going.
You're not following the instructions properly here.
He just gained 3 more. You people, it's like it's unsubscribe from Mr. Will.
Go on your personal account and unsubscribe.
Oh, I subscribe and unsubscribe daily.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yes.
Good. It's just getting his hopes
I'm just
up.
screwing with the numbers.
It's just, I should start doing that too. I should just
watch Social Blade.
Just every now and then just swap it out.
If you have under, do they even bother?
What?
Like, does Social Blade even keep those numbers if you're below like 1,000?
I don't know. I know
But they
we're on
don't.
Social Blade. That was weird.
There isn't much more room for error, people. If a few more of you people unsuccessfully unsubscribe, he's going to hit 500.
People just don't follow instruction.
Well, I mean, it's the whole thing about the internet. Anytime you tell somebody to do one thing, they're just going to do something else.
Don't look here.
I'll just wait till the next video when he's like cleaning his leather and everything. It's like, oh, you have nice leather seats and a back seat. Guess you should clean those.
We're just gonna take your big bean bag and put it in the back.
Dude, yeah, we're gonna like those Corbo racing seats are lighter than the bench.
Yeah,
and we're just gonna save more weight by taking them out and stapling a bean bag to the car.
That'll pass
totally
back.
sounds
Well, we're talking about
pass
we're
back.
still looking at doing power tour.
Oh yeah, that is
you
right.
need-
Yeah, because everybody in power in drag week
That was
has
it.
to ride in the car. Well, the car only has 2 seats, and we got 3 people.
There's no rule saying.
So there's no rule saying that everybody in the car needs a seat.
We're just gonna get.
I wish those driving race events. I wish they actually raced.
Oh, we were going to send it at drag week. The tickets sold out like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Instead of what they do. That's the only thing I don't like about those events is they don't actually
show up
race
and
each
make
other.
But I will say this: next year, because there's no cap on who can attend, next year the Cadillac and the Plymouth go on power tour.
Okay.
Because they'll be perfect for it. They're like great road trip cars. Well, my car I know is your car needs work.
My car needs a lot of
Your
work.
car needs work, but it'll get there.
Yeah.
Look how Big Mike is making the move.
Big Mike's got to get some agua.
On the move.
My agua is watered down with alcohol.
There's beer. We got banquet beer, the only correct beer. Coors.
So I just want to put it out there that if anyone's doing that monkey bike thing and they blow up their monkey bike, I will run over it with Blockbuster for them. Just,
So that reminds me of speaking of things getting run. Remember when Tony ran over the Buell?
Yes.
Yeah, that Buell's in pieces now. Stubby,
As it should be.
No, Stubby took it completely apart. And you haven't seen. Oh my God! Wait till you see this thing on Sunday. What Tony has done to that stupid little fucking scooter.
The Yammer Hammer?
You know what? He took all the parts off of the Buell, and instead of attaching them with bolts and shit, he bondoed everything.
Yeah, he just put out that video today.
He bondoed an AHRA sticker to the rear fender.
Nice.
He figured out why it doesn't run. It was a CDI unit. So
Of course it was a CDI
He got
unit.
a Chinese CDI, and then he was like, "Hold up, I know what to do with this." And he took like the Street Fighter lights and shit, bondoed them to everything's bondoed.
No.
Arrows. Let's run the first race first. Let's run a race.
He took a mirror off of the 61. and it was
It
round.
kept long before that.
And he put a sticker on it. And then he took a rearview mirror and bonded it to the other side.
Yeah, Barrows, we had that idea a really long time ago, and we need to have the first event first. But yes, we've had that idea a long time ago.
What was the idea?
It was hard enough to get one track to really work out, but yes, don't think we haven't thought of that. Yes,
sorry, I went off on a tangent talking about this beautiful thing that Tony has crafted. The
you're gonna have after this event. I bet you're gonna have tracks contacting you for next year.
We will see what happens with the venue. But what I'll say is, yes, there's all kinds of things we're thinking of. Just understand, because there's certain things, directions we're not going and things we're not talking about and all this, it's because we're very focused on what's at the tip of the spear. The tip of the spear is Jeffers. The tip of the spear is September 30th, October 1st. The tip of the spear is 90 days away. Yeah, believe me, we have all kinds of thoughts.
What if this event gets it on Garrett's radar? Cletus McFarland, who's got the Freedom Factory track.
Well, he's welcome to come to it.
Man,
he's welcome to attend. He's got the subs.
Well, yeah, he's done.
Wait, is Whistle and Diesel coming?
No, I doubt it.
Somebody went to the lake with him, but didn't even.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I did.
The lake with him.
John went too.
Look, I get a personal note mailed to me in the mail.
Yeah, did you know
from
that,
Austin, and it's signed. Did you know I went to the lake with Whistle and Diesel?
He didn't even take the
sticker
sticker
off.
You know,
I went to the lake with Whistle and Diesel and didn't mention your event at all.
I can't. I gotta leave the sticker there. I'm gonna redo my board, but I can't lose this. So I've got it here like this right now.
The side the note is on is also sticky.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can do that. Well,
that's the transfer paper.
It's the transfer paper.
I'm gonna redo my board because it's getting really messy looking back here. And when I'm gonna actually redo my whole backdrop here pretty soon, actually.
The thing is, the only messy part I see is there's not enough numbers on that orange paper.
Oh, yeah, 90 days.
Not
You're
enough
at 3
numbers on that
months.
orange paper.
We can go back in the past. I've got the old ones.
I'm gonna go get another beer.
Whoa.
That's all you got, man. Hey, Brian, we gave you an extra 35 days when we moved the date.
I know. No, I'll get it done. I'm not really that worried about getting it done. It may not look like much right now, but like I said, I've got 3 more days this weekend that I'm going to work on it. And I got to start putting out content. Oh, who was that you were talking about on one of your lives? I know you and Buzz were talking about it. A guy that made a bunch of shorts from like one car show.
Well, not one, but you're talking about Street Fox?
Yeah.
So Street Fox, by the way, I've never met him in person yet, but he only lives about 8 miles from me. He's
been in my chat a few times.
He had 100 and some 200 subs, and in January, and he has over 2,000. Actually, his channel might have passed mine. Let me look. He actually might be. Let's see where he is, because he's done it with shorts. That's how he did it.
Shorts work very well.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were completely shocked at how many some of our shorts got.
You know, Greg actually did a check. Like he did a test on this.
Yeah. Same size.
No, we haven't talked about Greg, have we?
22.
Greg's our behind the scenes guy.
Because I was thinking about doing that at this big Mopar show. I was just going to do like a short on each car in the car show.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Put them out, like 2 or 3 a week.
Hey, I got a message here for you, Austin.
Oh, hell.
Check this out. So the top message is something I sent Tony. Remember the comparison of what to use for the piston rings, and the bottom one is a message for Austin.
I can't see it.
Tell Austin he should go polish his fucking seats. Is that Tony?
Yeah. There you go.
Is that just now?
Yeah. Yeah.
He hates those things.
He hates those seats.
Why? Like, I know why, but like,
I am.
And by the way, I just got a text from Levi because he heard his name come up, I guess. He said he was at the track with a personal best running with the Laguna. So it's funny, there's people lurking out there, Brian.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Polish those seats there, Austin.
Oh yeah, the seats are clean, so I guess we don't have to. I mean, what do you do for? I mean, they're cloth.
They are cloths,
and so what do you do for that?
Why did you have cloth seats on purpose?
They're light. They're light. They're very light. They're made of
ABS
plastic. I think the metal's aluminum. Like they're very light.
They're not bad.
You need those seats just like what's in Slaghammer. That's what I got in mind. Those are the lightest seats you can get.
The original thing though is that like we would have gone with just full on super light racing seats if the car wasn't also going to get driven on the street. So like that's like our one thing that we wanted was like
the seats were
seats,
just a concession,
but they had to be light seats. So Corbos were very nice seats. They're very light. They're comfortable,
and they're cheap,
and they weren't super expensive because we could have gone with like Brit seats or like Sparkos or something.
Yeah, definitely don't need to spend the money on
2,000 miles on those seats.
Yeah, and he's a better man than us.
Your little most tender millennial asses can't handle a real man's seat.
You're damn right.
I used to drive for a living. I don't want to drive in a vinyl seat.
Yeah, no, we wanted nice seats.
Yeah.
I've got one bucket seat out of a B body in the Blockbuster. So
yeah, I used to walk like.
Have you ever sat in Bottle Rocket? You ever sat in Bottle Rocket?
No, I haven't.
It's the most comfortable car in that whole shop.
It's a couch on wheels.
Yeah, it's so comfortable.
Bottle Rocket is comfy, man. I could do a 100-mile road trip in that just so easy.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Probably.
I fallen asleep in that car.
I bet it rides about as good as my Caddy.
Dude, I bet it's like driving a couch.
Yeah.
It's fast.
I've been following that car since day one too.
Was that?
I can't wait to see it go down the track. It's cool that I'm actually going to see. That's another cool thing too. For people who follow channels like Uncle Tony, that's going to be the first time that car is going to go down the track the way he wanted to build it in the first place.
Yeah.
And
it would have at 318.
It's going to be so cool that I'm going to get to see that in person,
It would have at 318 Fest, but it like popped a lower ball joint.
I literally don't think I've seen it move.
It hasn't moved since we started the Jet project.
Well, it went to the track a couple of times, but
it went to 318
by
Fest,
the time
and
it was
by
back,
the time it got
was
back,
broken.
that was it. It punched a push rod through a rocker arm.
Yeah,
and that was it. Like it's been parked there ever since. Z has come out more than Bottle Rocket in the past year.
Yeah, I
and
saw
Z
that
was
one
broken
go
for
down the
like
track
6
too. I
months.
think that was its inaugural. I was at the Slanted Nationals. I saw that go down the track too.
I say Z has come out more than Bottle Rocket in the past year, and I think the No Name is going to be a killer event for Bottle Rocket to come back out because that car is bitching.
Here we go. Here is some original footage. That's original footage. I can show it.
Oh, it's different? Yeah.
Oh, was that when the lower A-frame bushing was out of it?
Yes.
So
the absolute worst front end part to go out on a Chrysler.
If I remember correctly, what it was is that somebody had like tied it down on the trailer incorrectly, and then like the tension of it like running down the interstate popped the bushing out.
Here's what happened: the lower control arm bushing we believe is Dallas hooked a control arm and ratcheted it down, and when it did, it just kind of mangled that lower control arm bushing a little bit, and it took a whole chunk out of it. You could look down and see a chunk missing. And when you get on the throttle, the car was fine. You get out of the throttle, and the front end would just do this, and it was nasty.
That's
Wow.
scary.
So
Tony's
he was going to do some short runs with it, but he's like, man, this thing is undrivable. So.
and Tony knows about like the jokes with Bottle Rocket. I think he said that once it actually completes a run and it does what he wants it to, he's going to push it off a cliff. I think that's what's going to happen with the car.
Well, that's like, you look at Tony's comments. Oh, nothing you ever do ever works right, blah, blah, blah. Well, you didn't see them people in Al's comments when Slaghammer went 2,000 miles and, there was shit overheating all around him, and you know what I mean?
Tony built that engine.
Yeah, I was so happy to see that video. I was like, yes.
I have seen Bottle Rocket get both front tires off the ground. There was daylight under both on the second pass at Jake's. I can't. He might not have made a full pull, but there's no denying what that car can do.
Oh yeah,
and even he'll tell you straight up, this car is built out of junk, but that was the point.
Yeah,
so,
it's like the whole
thing was build it out of the cheapest possible stuff. How fast can you get junk to go? Yeah. And he's like, that's what people don't understand. They're leaving the comments is that I know where this car is built out.
You look at that car up close, you can really see like there is no stone unturned with things like making that car lighter and making that car quicker. Mm-hmm. When you watch it idle, if you're in person, you won't see it on camera, but in person, you watch it. Every panel on that car, the bumpers, the
rattles around,
everything is just barely shaking. Where like everything's been so lightened up, it's kind of neat. You don't see that on video,
dude. I can't.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what race cars do. That's what real race cars do.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize
race car, that's for sure.
This cam and the Jet is one stonking piece of kit. And we haven't seen it run in the car yet, but I imagine those front fenders are just going to fall off.
Well, they're just going to fall.
There's going to be more holes.
I'm going to take my broom.
Where did you guys get the cam from for the Jet?
Camcraft. They made the cam for my Poly. They make very, very good cams. I was on the phone with their roller. They have a guy that only does their roller cams. They got the guy that does their flat tappets. And their roller cam guy, his name is Hunter. And I went back and forth with him for like 3 weeks. On getting the cam spec'd out and finally got a grind that is exactly made for that combination. Because when I first called him, and like when you call a cam manufacturer, they ask you like 9 or 10 different questions about what's going in this, what's going in this, what is this, and he was like, he's like, dude, I'm surprised you could actually answer all my questions. Like nobody can. So this cam that we've got for the Jet is tailor made specific for our combination. Made by a good manufacturer.
Well, we originally reached out to Comp, and
they couldn't get billets.
Yeah, they couldn't get billets, and the guy that we were talking to spec it out, the guy you were talking to spec it out. I think that one of the things that we ran into with that was just that they assumed it was a 360 LA. And
the lift was insane.
Yeah, so it had insane amount of lift because the 360 has a 1.5 rocker ratio rather than 1.6.
Yeah, because the Magnum's got a 1.6 from the factory.
Yeah,
or 1 to 6. The factory.
Yeah, but that was one of the things that like we ran into that, and it just went radio silence forever. And
they never got back to me.
Camcraft, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I can do it. We're just waiting on parts."
Yeah, they had to wait like a week for a billet, and they had it to me like 2 days after it was paid for.
Yeah,
well, and that's the thing with all the like if you look up Comp and their the couple of Magnum cams that they have, all their stuff is made for 1.5 rockers. They don't even realize that a Magnum has 1.6 rockers in it.
Yeah, and that's another reason why we went with the Magnum was they got factory roller cams, so the lifters are going to be fine, and they're already 1 to 6 ratio, so you're already getting speed parts just from the factory.
Yeah,
whether or not those stock rockers hold up to the chromoly push rods that we put in it is a different story.
That's a different question.
I've heard a lot of people say good stuff about them. It's just the Magnums. It's like they skipped the Magnums over with all the speed parts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
I
it's
mean,
hard to
they only
find
get
stuff for them.
trucks and vans.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Like we thought that like building a Magnum was going to be the most economical way to go because
Nope.
I mean like aftermarket roller cams for LAs are like $1,500. Roller rockers are insane to go to 1:6 ratio. It is not economical to build a Magnum.
No.
It's not at all.
No, you
It's
save
the
a little
exact
money in one
opposite.
place, but
That
you lose
engine
it
probably has
everywhere
10
else.
grand in it.
Yeah.
What's
Like-
the cost of money?
Hey guys, we're talking about Levi. Have we ever seen this on his channel?
Oh man, that's cool.
Like you realize his car pulls the front wheels, and we've never even seen
Is
that
that
on his
Is that a
channel.
Murata?
Is that a Murata?
No, it's a Laguna.
Oh, Laguna.
Okay. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah.
Bad Tree's asking what the lift is. The lift on the cam is square on each end, so it's 555 on
Well, like,
intake.
I'm curious, what cost is the
555.
money on the Magnum? Like,
What
was it?
for the block itself, or for how much works in it?
Like, yeah, like what was the factor between an LA and a Magnum that was the most cost prohibitive?
Everything.
Well, literally
Everything's expensive for a Magnum.
Everything you get for a Magnum is more expensive.
Yeah.
Even just ordering pistons.
just the fucking push rods in that engine were $200.
Yeah.
That was.
I mean,
they're
they're the
tread
only
flow.
ones we could find.
They're the only
in
ones
the
that would
correct
work.
length once we went to the big cam.
The pistons were $700.
Now, I thought that the Pistons were the same as LA Pistons.
They're well, we had to go to forged pistons because factory Magnum pistons are dish top.
Yeah. They're
since we're running,
hyper-tech.
since we're running nitrous, we went to flat top forged.
Yeah.
And the head gaskets, $250 for Cometics. And
you decided to go full Haas on those.
the oil pan, because every single Magnum was in a truck, as far as I know. They have rear sump pans. So you have to change it to a center sump to put it in an A body. That was a $300 oil pan.
I found that, and it was $50 cheaper than it was anywhere else we could find it. We found it from some speed shop in Iowa.
Yeah, the pickup was $70.
LA pan don't fit.
No,
It is an LA pan, but we went to a 7-quart pan. So LA pans,
the problem is when you use an LA pan on a Magnum. The Magnums had the one-piece pan gasket.
Yes, we changed to LA gasket.
Yeah, that's the best way to go with it, because if not, you have to make something to take up the space in the front.
Yeah,
there's
a
lot of people that have made that mistake, and oil just pours out of those two gaps.
Yeah, we tried to use the Magnum gasket, and that's what we noticed immediately. We're
There's
like, oh shit!
It was like an eighth of an inch of gap all the way around.
It was huge. We're like, okay, we need LA gaskets.
Both ends, rather, where it goes over the actual
the
bearings.
The windage tray, that was $110. The hardware was like $80. Like the piston rings in that car were $200. Like everything for that car. The bearings, oh my god, $250 for bearings. Like, but we got Speed Pros, so like, and we got Cometic head gaskets.
I got lucky that I found an LA 360 that was already a running engine, and I got a good deal on it because it's actually, for Mopars, it's cheaper to build a big block.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it because this Magnum, we thought we were saving money starting out, and that turned out to not be the case. But at the end of it, I mean, we do have a pretty badass Magnum.
It's a badass Magnum.
It's pretty badass. But,
I mean, even when you're looking for used parts,
looking
for used parts. There's 440 stuff out there everywhere.
Yeah.
We also had a Travis's Mopar Garage donated his intake.
I was wondering where he was. He's usually in here.
He donated his intake off of his Aspen, and that Indy intake is like a $400 intake,
which isn't in production anymore.
Which they don't make that intake anymore. Yeah. However, this is where it really gets that nitrous system, that direct port nitrous
it's induction solutions.
Yeah, induction solutions.
Yeah.
That's a kit that's out of production, and it's a $1,900 nitrous kit.
Damn.
He just gave it to us.
How much nitrous you guys gonna put to that motor?
If you need.
Well,
so
if you take the jets out, it's
a 1,200 shot. He left the small jets in it, and it's a 150 shot. But that Aspen that he has, he's bringing his trucks to No Name, but
Oh,
his
so bring the
Aspen,
440.
yeah, because he gave us
Yes.
that intake because
That
he
is
was
so cool.
detuning the Aspen.
Yeah, he was
But
going to drive the Aspen on the
that
street.
system is a $1,900 nitrous system, and when you get it, you have to send your intake to Induction Solutions to have it set up. So, like, that's just insane. Like,
Well, that's the whole
absolutely
thing. Oh, here's William. Even intake manifolds. If you're going with the Magnum style heads with the Magnum intake man, there's only
they're
two
different.
out there.
Yeah, the M1 and the one by
Edelbrock
Indy.
air gap or the cheap Chinese one. There's nothing else made anymore.
There used to be a lot more.
There were more.
Once the Gen 3 Hemis came out, nobody cared about Magnums anymore.
When you ordered a crate Magnum, because it was the crate Magnum and the factory Magnum are two different things. If you ordered a crate Magnum from Chrysler, they gave you the option to get it with a factory carbureted intake.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the M1.
But that's not the M1. Yeah, but it's not in production anymore.
Yeah.
So anything you find is like polyhead intake price where it's like $800.
Yeah.
For some ridiculous.
Yeah, they know what they got.
And the thing is like they're run to shit. Like anybody who bought a crate Magnum raced the thing. So I mean, who knows?
Gentlemen, it's a barrel of fun, but I'm gonna tap out. Been a long day, but it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.
All right, we'll see you later.
We'll see all of y'all. Been a lot of fun in here. Y'all take care.
All right, we'll see you, John. I got to go too, guys. I got to get up early in the morning. The kid is going to work at 8 a.m., so I'm going to go hit the sack. So y'all have a good night. Thanks for having me on, Brian.
Oh, anytime. Hey, this has been a pretty tame one. You don't have to go to church tomorrow after.
Well, it's pretty funny that you say that because I'm actually going to volunteer at our church event tomorrow.
I'll be sure to do the whole.
And I don't even really feel too bad about tonight. It was actually really awesome.
Yeah, it may get worse later, so go ahead and talk to the big guy.
I'm going to get out of here before the weird hour starts.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, guys, take care.
Fucking
William, what's up?
Not much. The dart about gave me a freaking heart attack today.
What did it start? I'm sorry.
I cranked it up and I've been really enjoying the 2.5-inch open exhaust coming out of those TTI head pipes.
Yeah.
I love TTI.
But I started hearing a noise today, like metal on metal hitting noise, like two brackets or two pieces of metal were hitting. And I was starting to think it may have been the flex plate broken. And I was starting to think I'm gonna have to pull the motor. But I believe after hearing it with my brother-in-law and talking about it, and we've heard something extra after I turned the motor off. I think the starter drive is actually hanging up on the converter. So I need to take the starter off and make sure it's actually working right.
So what car are you bringing to the No Name Nationals?
So far, it's still the Charger, but the Dart is a strong contender.
You ought to put a trailer behind the Dart and tow the Charger.
I don't think I want to do that.
I don't think I'd tow a B body with an A body either.
It could probably do it, but
I got that flex plate from Che. It was like $65, and it's SFI approved, and that thing is thick. It's beefy. It's beefier than the one that was on the motor, and the one that was on the motor was supposed to be a good one.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is, when I first got the motor back in the Dart, after doing the pressure washing, cleaning, and everything, I didn't spray down and clean the starter. It was just dirty, grimy starter from what it was before. It worked perfectly fine, so I just figured it would be fine. It would just be a dirty starter until it went out, and then I just replace it. When I first went to crank it up, the starter didn't work. but I tried it a couple more times before I just called it quits on it, and it started working, and I haven't had any problems with it, except for today when I noticed the noise and just the starter drive's hanging up. I need to pull the starter and probably just replace it. I have that one I pulled off of that that I got on that motorhome 440. That
Yeah, that
I
one will
think the
work.
big block and small block starters are the same, so I'll
Yeah,
just
they
use
are.
that.
If you do go and buy one, I wouldn't buy another one of those big ones. I would just go when you go to the parts store, say you want a starter for a 95 Dakota with a 318, and that starter will work too. And it's a mini starter.
Yeah,
And I think they're cheaper than the big ones.
that's what I'll probably do. That way I'm upgraded to a better starter.
Oh, you guys got that gauge pod from Autometer, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
What is that thing like? Is that because I saw it in yours? It looked really good. It's like, man, I want that. But
It's very Pro Street.
It fit perfect.
It fits great.
Because the reason that we changed that over is because the stock one only had like 2 gauges at a speedo.
I think that it was missing.
Yeah, it was there.
Oh, okay.
But we wouldn't have been able to use it for what we're doing.
Right.
Because we needed, oil, volts, all this, and no idiot lights. Every gauge is mechanical. So we got that dash panel, and it fit perfectly because we could have just made like one out of stainless steel, but that's so much time, and then having to contour it to fit perfectly, and that's just
that's what I always notice when people make those. They just put the flat plate in there, and then their gauges are facing down at their feet.
Yeah, no, this one aims actually where you can see.
Yeah, you would have to do one right and make your own. You'd actually have to do a little bit of work on it.
You'd have to angle it into the dash and back out.
Yep.
So you can actually see. But that dash panel fit beautifully. It no problems at all.
Yeah, it fits really good. It
looks
space
good.
for everything that we need.
I got the cheapest nice gauges we could get. They're Autometer. I mean, they're good gauges, but they're not like, they're pro comp things. They're like, but it's still, they're not.
Well, I know
cheap.
if you buy that gauge panel with gauges in it, it's like over $1,000.
Yeah, that's how much it costs.
The gauges in it.
Yeah, no,
they just send you boxes.
That's about how much it costs. No, I didn't order it.
You didn't order it together? Okay,
you can't get them with the gauges. Together. They had to be ordered separately. That's like $800 worth of gauges.
Yeah,
but
we got to go to swap meet for all my gauges.
Yeah, we just wanted them all to match and to be mechanical. Like, at least ordering them how we did, they all looked the same and they were new and they're all mechanical. So you don't have to worry about electronics.
Now our odometer has 2 miles on it.
That's because they tested them.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it works. I just installed a digital instrument cluster from Intellitronics in my 73 Dart.
Yeah, I've seen that. That pretty cool as hell.
It uses. It turned out awesome, and it comes in either green, red, blue, or white. I got the green because I was able to get it on sale.
Okay.
And I honestly like the green because a lot of older cars use green as a backlight for the instrument cluster anyway.
Do you have a picture of that you can throw up, William?
I have a picture on my phone I can pull up and show on the camera.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything on my computer at the moment.
The Autometer gauges come with little covers to put over your light so you can run it either in like natural bright or red or green.
Oh, that's nice.
We put green.
One thing I love is that it adds the tachometer, it adds a clock, and takes away the idiot light for the oil pressure and actually gives you a gauge. And I got 47 pounds of oil pressure on that stock 73 318.
Nice.
That's pretty sweet.
That reminds me of, I think it was,
It looks so
now,
retro.
what hooked up? How did you have to hook up the speedometer though? Did you have to buy a sending
That reminds
unit?
me of Tom's.
The speedometer, the kit you buy, I got mine from Jags. The kit you buy comes with everything you need, all the sensors you need to install it. All you do is I took out my speedo cable completely and screwed in this sensor where the speedo cable went into in the transmission, and then you just wired it up.
It just reads off the bevel gear. It's like a Hall effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it reads that, and you can program it to your car. So tire size, gear ratio does not matter. There is a certain
Oh,
method.
that's nice.
All you have to do, I think you have to put it in the programming mode, and then you drive a mile, and then turn it off or do something, and then it'll be set. Then
We have
Good.
to remember whenever we call up Dan Brewer again, we need to tell him that we got a 430 gear so we get the right gear for the speedo.
Yeah, we'll need that.
I don't know if we're gonna have a speedometer cable anytime soon, but because we still got to decide exactly what gear ratio is going to go in the car. We got a 430 in it right now.
For now, we got a GPS.
Yeah, for now we got a phone.
Yeah.
But out of the box, I was able to drive my Dart I think last weekend, and I was able to test out the accuracy of it, and it's off by probably 4 to 8 miles per hour so far. So it does need some tweaking, but out of the box with just stockish size tires, it is and stock gear ratio, it's like almost perfect.
Is that 4 to 8 miles an hour based off of like how fast it would be going at that speed? Or
I had my phone out with GPS.
Okay.
That's like my car. I know that when I'm driving my car and you're at 3,000 RPM, you're doing 75.
Well, the important thing about phone GPS is that the polling rate of your GPS system is going to be different depending on what device you have, and that will actually affect how accurate it is. The faster you go, the more inaccurate it will become.
That's like mechanical speedos.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So if you have it's really common in motorcycles. When you change your sprockets, you got to make sure that you adjust for that. And like the faster you go, once you see people on 600s that say they do 180 miles an hour, but they don't. If you're on GPS, there's a chance that by the time you get over like 150, you're looking at 10 to 12% inaccuracy.
That's pretty significant.
It's pretty significant. Yeah. So if you've got like a drag GPS versus just your phone GPS, you may actually end up seeing a bit of a difference in the reported rate of speed.
Oh,
but that's all based on the polling rate of your GPS
Speaking of gadgets,
system.
though, you got that ET thing working for Tony, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is that thing anyway?
It's a drag timer.
Drag timer. Yeah.
Is it like a draggy or?
Say what?
Yes, I can't remember what the model is, but
it was expensive and
Yeah.
it broke while we were using it on
somebody
the charger.
sent it to them and it didn't work.
No, it worked. It worked.
for a little bit,
When Tony tried to use it on Garrett's charger, it broke.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things like has an internal GPS antenna, and the internal GPS antenna has failed.
So you had to wire it.
If you plug in the external antenna, it's able to collect the actual satellite information and work.
So
I haven't tested it in a vehicle yet, but it worked on my back porch and was able to tell that it was moving because I was walking around in circles.
Well, we're gonna be fixing the cigarette lighter in the Jet because that's the most important part of that car. So we should be able to use it.
What, to light
I have a
cigarettes?
question
with or
about
to,
wiper blades.
Oh,
Wiper
the wipers. Oh yeah, we put a wiper on it.
No, it's on a lot of older cars when you first get to them, especially Chryslers. I think they have those old Enco stainless chrome looking wiper blades. Are those still available?
Yeah, I've actually got a set in the back of my car.
I just ordered.
The only thing is they're made under Trico Classic, and a lot of places are not going to have them in stock. So you just call ahead and tell them, "Hey, I need a wiper refill."
You can
because I've actually got a set like a replacement box like of those Tricos in the back, in the back of my car.
I still
for the longest time, our local
get that wiper piece out for you.
I just got the wipers working today.
A lot of times,
the wiper pivot wasn't actually stuck. It, I think the piece of linkage that was on the motor fell off and it was down, and I think the linkage made it seem like that wiper arm was actually stuck.
Oh,
when I had
it was just binding.
Out, the pivot moved perfectly. I picked up some new wiper linkage bushings at O'Reilly's, and got them replaced, and they're working.
They have one that worked. Whenever mine messed up, they None of them in that pack worked. That was
It was
With
a
the
bit of a
bushing?
pain to get them in. It
But
was
the,
it was a pain in the butt to get them in.
a lot
But
of
it worked.
times you go to O'Reilly's or anywhere, unless they've got like older dudes working there and you ask them for wiper refills, they have no clue what you're talking about.
For real.
They didn't know that you could just replace the rubber and not replace the whole blade. And usually
I
they're
have-
in the back and they just don't know they're there. So
I knew the part number because I redid the wiper linkage bushings on my 1970 Dodge pickup. And those are brass, but I knocked them out and then was able to finagle some of those newer style replacements to work in it.
We're like Delrin or something.
And I still had that part number in my video, so I went back. It was like a Dorman 49440, and
I
I
could
looked
never
it
get
up.
those to
That
work.
was the ones, and I used them and they're perfect.
I had a Dakota that those bushings went bad on the, and I ended up having to put a bushing in there and then drill and tap through the bushing into the metal and put a screw in it.
oh god,
So it would
you have to
actually
lock
go
it in
on.
place.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because that bushing will spin.
Oh, William.
At least the
Pop it
one
off.
on. Oh yeah, the one on my car will.
I ended up buying that 2-barrel carb, that China one for the Dart.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works as good as you said it did. We'll find out.
The bushing on my car has got ears, right? Because it's got
It's
that
tabbed.
wiper transmission. No, it's got ears on it, and when the wiper transmission reaches a certain point, it stops out, and then it's able to move the other way. And if that bushing fails on that car, it's impossible to get another one. And everyone you find is going to be 60 years old and crackly and terrible. And so, luckily, my original one's still in good shape. But
See, Mopar needs somebody like Rodney Dickman to just make all these weird.
what we
tiny
need to do,
parts.
what we need to do, is just buy a 3D printer and take my good parts and recreate them because that stuff's impossible to find.
That's a good point.
So, like, because there's people that need that shit. Like, 65 is a 1-year only car for the Fury. Like,
Yeah.
not anything from 64 fits and not much from 66 fits. So, like reprint some of those parts would be helping a lot of people out.
Ken, what year is that Dart you picked up?
68.
What are you going to do with that?
Drive it.
Is that going to be your no-name national car next year? You going to join the
No,
Mopar crew?
it's probably not going to be next year, but I'll be driving it by next year.
What's in it?
273.
Oh, that's badass.
Okay.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to get a clutch pedal for it right now in chat off of Blake.
Yeah, I see that going on.
It to be a 4-speed car, so
Wait, what you need what was it that you needed?
Clutch pedal.
A clutch pedal?
clutch pedal.
Oh, Tony might have that laying around. Well, he didn't have one
think I-
for our car.
No, I didn't.
I actually asked Tony.
Oh, wait.
one of the times if he had one. I think he said no.
I know that because our car was originally an automatic and we had to change out the whole pedal assembly,
Yep.
and a really good person sent us that for nothing.
I really don't know why you didn't just put an automatic back in that car.
That was
not
my
my
choice. I wanted an automatic, and that the whole reason of this car is set up how it is because originally Garrett and I took on the project, and we had a bit of a disagreement on what the power plant drivetrain was going to be.
Mhm.
And I wanted a small block with an automatic. He wanted a big block with a stick. And I knew that putting a big block in it would be just a complete nightmare to try to do, or at least what I perceived to be a total nightmare. So we made a compromise. Small block Magnum with a stick. Turns out putting a stick in it is a total pain in the ass. And it's more expensive. Because
And then building the Magnum over a big block is a pain
was
in
more.
the ass. That's
We
more
took
expensive.
literally the most expensive,
The hardest way about doing it.
It would have been easier to put a big block automatic in it than to put a stick shift Magnum.
Automatics are expensive, man. Building a good automatic, getting a good torque converter like that. Adds
There's
up
like
quick.
10 727s in the shop. We could have put something together. We got that 833 from Jim Bennett, and it's a B-body 833, and we're like, oh yeah, cool. We'll just adapt it real easy. Nope. We had to
Gotta
cut
hack
the
the
entire cross member, and it's just eventually, if I'm pretty sure that if we didn't put subframe connectors in, the torsion bars would be making contact with the floor.
Probably.
So So it's whatever. Reduce the structural integrity so you have more fun. That's
Shaking
my
hands
Well,
with
you know,
pleasure.
and some people think 4-speeds are more fun. So I'm
it's
just not
gonna,
a
it's gonna be
4-speed guy.
it's gonna be a ton of fun. It's just not gonna be consistent at all.
No.
I'm just
But it's
not
gonna
a
be fun.
4-speed guy.
The biggest deal with like the 4-speed versus an automatic is that you're not going to have any consistency between drivers.
Yeah, no, there's not going to be much consistency between the same driver, honestly.
Yeah,
but it's going to be more fun to drive. I mean, it's going to be more fun.
I'm old.
I know
more work.
I know 4-speeds do perform better in general compared to automatics, at least when it comes to old school stuff.
Yeah, because the 727 is a power hog.
It
but
sucks.
yeah,
power. Yeah.
But in a classic muscle car, Chrysler, an 727, you just put it in drive and go.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to do nothing but just go and cruise.
My C body is already fast, and if it had a stick shift and a gear, it would be even. It would
Honestly,
be
it
faster.
just needs a
It needs a
gear.
gear.
It
Really,
just
it's got a
needs a freaking
294, and that's
I
really
have a set of
choking
body
out
clutch.
Polly. Say what?
So I have a set of C-body clutch pedals.
Oh man, those are rare.
Man,
you know how many people ordered C bodies with a stick? Not many. Well, I guess the base model. I'm thinking Sport Fury. If you pumped for the Sport Fury, you most likely got the automatic.
Got the auto.
Yeah, so most.
Well,
of them
that's
are
like honestly, that's like A body 4-speeds are pretty rare too.
Yeah, it probably would have been the right decision to track down an A body one, but we got that B body one for free.
Yeah, you get it for free.
So,
Hell, make it work.
yeah.
Believe me, I'm the king of
Yep.
getting shit cheap and making it work. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have under 10 grand in my car by the time it's done.
Ooh, I wish we.
I hope to be under 10 grand in my caddy when I'm done, but I don't see it happening.
It's not gonna. You're not gonna be only 10 grand into that car. You're gonna be like 30 into that car.
It's not gonna be that.
Dude,
bad.
I'm 15 in the Plymouth, and my seats look like they got mauled by a cougar.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do seats.
I built a Poly, so that's probably part of it.
That's part of it.
You know, you're gonna be 30 grand into that caddy.
My car already has an engine I don't have to care about, so.
Well, my car had an engine I didn't have to care about either, but I still did enough to go buy another one.
Anyway.
I'll be right back. Oh,
Make a caddy.
oh, you still got one.
No.
It'd be awesome. I want to build I want to build a drag Cordoba though. That's what I want.
That'd be cool. Yeah, no, the caddy's just gonna be nice. That's the goal. Just nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up building something nice too because my wife said after all this I'm going through with this Duster, the next project's going to be something for her. She wants a truck. She wants a 10-grill truck, but she got a couple other things she wants to.
Yeah, my plan with the Cadillac was just to make it nice enough that I could drive it anywhere I want to. So that's it.
Big comfy car, yeah.
Yep.
Highway cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody commented on one of my last videos that they actually have a YouTube channel too, and they were considering going to the No Name Nationals. They're already over 1,000 subs.
wow.
So
why are they going?
They're
why ain't they going?
They just found out about it, and they've heard people talking about it. It's Spanky's Hot Rods and Customs on YouTube. They're actually not far from me.
We all need to go bomb their comments and tell them they need to sign up.
What, unsubscribe?
I sent them the link to the No Name National website, and they've already got over 1,000 subs. So I mean, they're good on sub count. They just need to decide if they want to go or not.
Yeah, the sub count would be I guess if you were building
90 days,
right now, it'd be hard.
But looks like they're a full-fledged shop too. They got videos of prepping and priming and all kinds of stuff.
Oh hell, they ought to go.
What was the channel name?
It's Spanky's Hot Rods and Customs.
I've heard of them. Are you on our channel?
I'm just on mine.
Oh, okay.
I was actually considering letting them fix the exhaust leak on my Charger.
Dude, I'm so glad that we got the personal tech for the chip. That's gotta be it.
I think I'm going to end this one early tonight, guys, because Chris Albrecht is doing a live right now. And I was going to jump over there and see what they're doing. And,
well, fellas, it was good talking to all of you.
Yeah, it was good meeting you guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
Don't be a stranger. I mean, like I said, this live has been really tame. I haven't even had to put up the Weird Hour
Weird Hour
video yet. I guess I'll do it just because. I don't know if you guys have ever watched my lives. Have you ever seen the Weird Hour video?
I think I've seen one.
No,
Here,
I haven't.
It's weird, man.
I'll put up the
It gets
Weird Hour
weird.
video and then we'll end it. And I urge everybody to go over to Talking Mopars, go over to Chris Albrecht's.
I'm gonna go over there and tell him I went to the lake with Whistling Diesel.
Yeah. I need to shorten that ending, though. You can almost read it all.
That's fucking great. What was the name of this channel? What that you're going to? What is it?
Talking Mopars podcast.
Talking Mopars. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up.
Before y'all end it, y'all want to? I was out with the dart, messing with the wipers, and had a bug scare the crap out of me because it was dark, and I had to take a picture of it because it was so big.
Oh shit!
That is a big ass katydid.
What?
I don't
Can't see it.
That's a big bug.
Oh, hey, John Wilburn's in this live. I'm definitely gonna tell him I went to the lake with Whistling Diesel.
Oh, jeez.
It was
That's all I'm gonna say.
That thing was at the far corner end of the dart. I brushed my hand against it, and it scared the crap out of me.
So yeah, he's got, from what I see right now. Hold on, let me see what he's got. He's got 9 people watching.
One of those is
So
us.
I say all 23 of us go over there, or 21 of us go over to his channel. He's gonna freak out.
I just told him we went to the lake with Whistling Diesel.
So I'm gonna end this. Thanks for coming out, guys. Don't be a stranger. I'll let you know if you want to come back, and maybe it might actually get weird. Maybe me and Ken will talk about anime and shit. I don't know.
I'm still waiting on Attack on Titan Part 4.
Oh god,
I can't watch that shit.
Yeah.
I can't watch
Dude,
Attack
so
on Titan.
good.
Creepy, big, fucking naked people.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, anyway,
That's
okay. I'm
great.
gonna let this go. I'll talk to you guys later. Everybody, head over to Chris Albrecht's channel.
Yeah, we go crash it.
Bye.
We're gonna crash this. See y'all.
See ya.
Later.